I see the world in neon red, like human hues that I have lit. Sanguine and scarlet are the lights out in the spread. They flicker over roads ahead. I see the world in neon red. The mind and the spirit amplified, running out on the edge, running out on the edge, to break every limit, maximize, running out on the edge, running out on the edge. Whether by wire or spinning land, there is no techno evolution for the dead. Psychotic dreams arise in dread. I see the world in neon red. The mind and the spirit amplified, running out on the edge, running out on the edge, to break every limit, maximize, running out on the edge, running out on the edge. The mind and the spirit amplified, running out on the edge, running out on the edge, to break every limit, maximize, running out on the edge, running out on the edge. I see the world in neon red. I see the world in neon red.
Wake up to the job of the bell. No sweat, now I'm feeling swell. Gee golly, it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna burn my troubles away. I'm going nuclear, light up the town. The walls that hold me, I'm melting down. I'm rising up like a mushroom cloud. I'm going nuclear, light up this town. That's right. Fire up now, I'm having a blast. Cool kids, baby, it's a gas. The airwaves of a galaxy, all the stars are singing me. I'm going nuclear, light up the town. The walls that hold me, I'm melting down. The streets and sidewalks on my playground. I'm going nuclear, light up this town. Get the touch, yeah. Got it now. Got it now. Got it now.
Folks, it is that time, and I'm so unbelievably excited. You have no idea.
I'm scared.
I'm really happy that you guys are here to experience this absolute gem of FMV gaming. In case you weren't paying any attention whenever you clicked on the link or whenever you... By the way, Harleen, thank you very much for the 4 months. Very appreciated. In case you didn't pay any attention when you clicked the link and came to the page and, saw the title of the game in the title of the stream, today we are going to be starting Harvester, that notorious FMV game that I promise you've probably seen footage from it and you just didn't know. So, this is actually a surprisingly... It's one of those games, it exists in this weird paradox where it's simultaneously very notorious while at the same time not being particularly well known. It's in that weird state of existence. It's like Schrodinger's FMV. Ooh, I should have titled this Schrodinger's FMV.
Next time.
Shit! Yeah, I'm gonna do that next time. So, before we get started though, there actually is a little bit of a history lesson that comes with this game. I'm doing this because I nerd the fuck out over this game. You guys have no idea.
God damn it, learning.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, we gotta learn something. But I promise it'll be brief, and you'll be very interested to learn all this. Okay, so, please, hop into my time machine and let's travel back to the somber, melancholy year of 1993.
Okay.
In 1993, the video game industry as a whole had pretty much completely recovered from the bubble burst that had taken place in 1983. And at the head of this new, I guess we'll call it, renaissance of gaming, especially console gaming, at the head of it were two companies, Nintendo and Sega. You may have heard of them. They were the primary competition between each other, and in fact, the encouraged competition between the two publicity markets is essentially what gave rise to what we know as the console wars. So, just let that sink in for a minute. The console wars used to be just Sega and Nintendo.
That's so weird.
I know, right? So by the time that 1993 came around, Nintendo had about a 90% profit share out of the $3 billion US gaming industry. But Sega had quickly caught up with them, and around 1993 especially, they took about 63% instead. So they had just barely edged them out as far as the leading console, on the market. So there were a couple of reasons for this. The big one was that Sega had really, really big third-party support. See, even back as far as the 1970s, the issue of violence in video games had kind of cropped up every now and again. But back in the 1970s and in the 80s, graphics weren't exactly advanced to a point where people really started worrying about the violent imagery. This started changing in the 90s with the advent of new technology and the introduction of FMV. Oh, FMV, you beautiful thing that probably deserved to die, but also I genuinely think should come back just like as a little niche market, because my god, FMV games were so bizarre. So, in 1992, two major games came out that you might have heard of. The first one was Mortal Kombat.
Woo!
This was the original Mortal Kombat that was released in arcades in 91 and 92. It was still going through some fine-tuning processes. And in 1992 and 93, these games were ported, the Mortal Kombat was ported to console. Now, at the time, like I said, there was still the issue of violence in video games and that violence being marketed to children.
Which is a bunch of bullshit!
Yeah. And Nintendo and Sega, being the two leaders of the console wars, approached the issue of marketing violence to children in two separate ways. Now, Sega actually had its own internal ratings board for video games. Mm-hmm. It had basically G for general audiences, E13, which was everyone 13 and up, and then E17, which was everybody 17 and up. And Sega would basically use this rating system to rate games before putting it on their console, because their big thing was, we're going to take Nintendo down by having more third-party games. That was their marketing strategy. Nintendo, on the other hand, decided, nah, screw a ratings board. We're going to... Nintendo more or less had a stranglehold on the console market. This was around the same time that Sega was moving into the CD market. So since Nintendo had a stranglehold on the console market, basically what they could afford to do was any game that was released had to go through the Nintendo sanitation process, because Nintendo would only release games that it deemed family-friendly. So whenever Mortal Kombat was released, Sega and Nintendo both wanted it on their consoles because it was an incredibly popular game. Gosh, I wonder why. And they both approached this in different ways. Nintendo basically sanitized the hell out of the original Mortal Kombat.
Which is a bunch of bullshit.
They turned the blood green, and they removed the fatalities entirely. So there's no way to access fatalities or see red blood. They also removed certain, scenic things, like heads on pikes and stuff like that. Basically scrubbed it down to make it family-friendly. Sega, on the other hand, took a different route. They did label the game as E17, but at the same time, they did take a lot of... They basically removed all of the violence and the gore, but they highly publicized a cheat code that you could enter into your Sega to activate the blood, the gore, the violence, the fatalities, all that stuff. Needless to say, the sales of Mortal Kombat 1 on Sega consoles far outstripped Nintendo consoles. And, that was when we kind of really got the idea that violence sells. Another game that was released at the same time was another one you guys might have heard of, the also infamous FMV game, Night Trap.
Night Trap!
Night Trap! This game was not released at all on the Nintendo console. They just did not touch it. Sega, however, because Nintendo wasn't touching it, they were like, sweet, untapped market, baby! And it was released for the Sega CD, which was an attachment to the Sega Genesis. Sega was really big on their attachments to their consoles instead of creating new consoles. With mixed results. Your mileage may vary on whether that was a good move. So, both of these games were released in 1992, and in 1993, a nosy fucking busybody by the name of Senator Joe Lieberman basically caught wind of these types of games, and in his mind, the abhorrent violence that it showed, and thus we had the 1993 congressional hearings on violence in video games marketed to children.
Ban this sick filth.
Essentially, yes, ban this sick filth. Now, Mortal Kombat pretty much was shown as it is because, yeah, to be fair, Mortal Kombat does show people, like, ripping spines out and all that shit.
Decapitation, spine ripping out, you can rip people in half.
Yeah,
You can throw them on the
we
spikes
definitely
and
don't want to teach children how to do that, and we don't want to be encouraging children going around ripping their friends' spines out.
How else are we gonna get soldiers out of them?
Or police officers.
Exactly.
Happy Pride Month! Anyway, so the congressional hearings, took place. They pretty much just, and Johnny Cage's penchant for ball smashing. Now, that is the one I would actually be more concerned about, personally. Don't want to be teaching your kids, who are already at waist height, hey, if you pop your arm out just right, you can bash them right in the balls. Dude, thanks for sticking around.
I mean, to be fair, I busted our brother in the balls, but I used my elbow, and I'll admit, I probably learned it from the Mortal Kombat game that we had.
Probably. Layla, thank you very much for the 2 months, by the way. Alright, so continuing on. While Mortal Kombat pretty much got shown as is, and more or less spoke for itself, I will go to my grave saying that Night Trap absolutely got a bad rap during the 1993 congressional hearings. Because the point of Night Trap, for those of you guys who don't know, it's all these girls who are in a mansion, and you have to protect them from vampires that want to kill them. And you don't even kill the vampires, you just catch them in Rube Goldberg
I was about to say,
machines.
all you do is, activate traps that move them out of the room.
Yeah, it just moves them out of the room, it captures them, things like that. It doesn't actually kill the vampires. But they showed a lot of one scene where a young woman is attacked in the bathroom in her bathrobe, and they completely removed the context of that's what happens if you fail. This is something you're meant to not make happen. Like, you're supposed to prevent this from happening. So the congressional hearings took place in December of 1993, and there was a secondary hearing in March of 1994. And they caused, basically, there were ramifications on the video game industry that we still see today. One of the big ones being the development of the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, which is one we know. Personally, I actually do think the ESRB is a good thing overall because it was an industry standard. Everyone had to adhere to it as opposed to what was originally happening where everyone was basically trusted to make their in-home rating system. So having a general institutional ratings board that everyone had to adhere to, in my opinion, was probably the best move. So we got the ESRB, but this is one thing I did not know, maybe you guys didn't know. In 1994, at the beginning, January of 1994, Mortal Kombat 2 was released.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember the big mechanic that was introduced for Mortal Kombat 2?
I think I know.
What is it?
Was it friendships?
It was the friendships! That was done in direct response to the 1993 congressional hearings.
I've studied way too much on Mortal Kombat.
They added in the friendship mechanic basically as a poke at the ban this sick filth thing. The friendship thing came about as a result. Shut up, phone. I'm proselytizing. So the friendship mechanic came about as a result of the 1993 congressional hearings. Another thing that came about in direct response to the 1993 congressional hearings is also in January of 1994, Gilbert P. Austin he announced his upcoming game, Harvester. Harvester was going to be in direct response to the ban this sick filth mindset of the 1993 congressional hearings. He pretty much set out to write and film and develop a game that was just meant to offend everybody. That was his intent from the start. So, fair warning, Harvester does contain some pretty offensive stuff. It is intended that way, because that's what Gilbert Austin wanted from this thing. So he wrote and filmed the FMV sequences and completed all of that in, actually, November of 1994. But the game itself was not released until 1996. That's because the programming development took 2 years.
Oh, hey, that's the year I was born.
Yeah, he had passed over. He basically created, wrote, and directed it, but then once it got to the programming stage, he handed it over to somebody else, and that person kind of shit the bed, I'm not gonna lie, because it took 2 years to program the game, and by the time it came out, it was a commercial flop. It received some slightly positive reviews from some review aggregates, but ultimately it received, if you look at its Metacritic score, it's mixed to negative, especially nowadays with the re-release when we're, like, way far ahead of some of the, some of the stuff that was going on in Harvester. Harvester was a little bit dated, like, right when it was released. Unfortunately, Harvester kind of never had a chance. I would have actually loved to have seen a Harvester 2 with them changing a few of the things from Harvester 1. Harvester 2 mainly, I would have wanted to see a purely adventure game. That was one of the big issues with, and it's one of the things you'll notice with Harvester once we get to the last bit of the game, the last third of it. The combat sequences sucks a hairy fat ball. Essentially, it really, really sucks. But the characters, the writing, and just the insanity of it, this game really does hold a special place in my heart. Especially when I take myself a nice little ice pick and drive it right behind my eyeball and erase my memory of the combat system. Whenever I do that, I especially really love this game. Yes, Minx did play Harvester.
Oh yeah, someone redeemed a safety tip.
Oh.
Go up.
They sure did. I'm sorry. I got really into my little history lesson. Can I have a safety tip to kill a neighbor who is hammering? Yes, you may. Now, your safety tip, here's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to go to the town of Harvest and find yourself a shovel. You'll find one near the mortuary and the graveyard. And then you just kind of go up behind them and just rapid fire click on the screen, and wildly swing your shovel around, and they'll just, like, fall apart eventually.
So you're asking people to turn into Jack from Resident Evil 7?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
So there we go. That is basically what you need to know about Harvester. Now let's get into this fucking game.
I'm still so goddamn confused.
I am also going to be sharing with you some very interesting Easter eggs as we continue through this little journey. We're going to go on this journey together as a family.
I'm scared.
So let's get this started. I had to really play around with the DOSBox system, which is the emulator system that Steam uses to play this game. But I got it working properly last night, so it took some work. I actually felt really smart. I basically had to go in and change some of the specs in the Notepad application. I felt really smart while I was doing it, I'm not gonna lie. Felt like a hacker. It's like, I'm in.
Hey T, you just missed an interesting history lesson.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Oh god.
As you can see, the game only got 1 star. How does the volume sound, by the way, guys? How wet is your chapter, all that nerdgasming? I mean, it's a good thing this thing is leather, so, you know, it won't stain permanently. It's easy cleanup.
I'm leaving this room and never coming back.
I'm just gonna sit back and let you guys enjoy this opening sequence.
Okay. Cow! I'm sorry, what? Okay. What the fuck is this, discount New Vegas or something?
Very discount.
Why did we have to go through a man's crotch to experience that?
Symbolism!
I beg your fucking pardon!
Emily Jacobson was the guy who did the programming,
Fuck that dude.
and Gilbert Austin is the one who wrote the story.
Thank you, sir.
Clara Grand, don't worry about it. All will be believe it or not, guys, everything will be explained.
Okay.
I know that's hard to believe, but legitimately, everything is completely explained in this game.
John Johns. You know, maybe this is why they took opening credits out of movies.
They were gonna, by God, these people worked hard on this game and they were not gonna let you forget about it.
Okay.
They're gonna make sure you knew their goddamn names!
Thank you for showing me how a clock works. Except that's not... It's clipping through. Sir? Sir?
This is our protagonist!
Oh, God! Why do you have so many freckles on your back?
Hey, some people are just freckly, okay?
Yeah, I know, I'm freckly. But I'm not that freckly.
As you can see, I identify with this protagonist. He's clearly a lesbian.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I knew that once I started showing some stuff, people would be like, wait, this looks familiar.
I know absolutely nothing.
Alright, so here's some Harvester gameplay tips. Double-click the left mouse button on an exit to go through instantly. Use the right mouse button to attack an opponent. Left-click on your character or press I to view inventory. Left-click on an object to grab it, and right-click to put it in the inventory.
Hang on, did you guys hear that?
Eileen, thank you very much for the 1,069
Nice.
bits. High five, that was really awesome. Okay, I'm sorry, Harley. I hope you'll come back and watch the VOD. This is some pretty insane shit. A penny saved is hardly worth the effort. Use the left mouse button to move your character around the screen. If you are stuck in a puzzle, talk to other characters and they will give you clues. Avoid cliches like the plague.
I'm pretty sure I heard this in my screenwriting class.
Ammunition is precious, so don't waste it. If you get stuck on a puzzle, try using items in a crazy, illogical way. Save your game often, especially before trying something crazy, illogical, and dangerous.
Or dangerous.
And or potato potato. Holding down the control button plus the arrow keys allows you to attack opponents. Look before you leap. The help screen can be helpful, or better yet, read the manual. You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. And those are our Harvester gameplay tips.
What fuckery have I just become a part of?
Oh, you're gonna love this fuckery. So this is our strapping protagonist. I think I might actually make some slight adjustments to the volume, to be honest with you. Let me... Options? There we go.
I love how you can access whether the gore is on or not.
Mm-hmm. So let's look around at some things. We got a wall clock over here. Typical wall clock. We got a picture over here. Picture of a beautiful girl, blonde, about 17 years old.
Your girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. Let's look at the binoculars. Pair of plastic binoculars with the lenses melted to the table.
I'm sorry, what?
A recently watered plastic plant.
Why?
Yes. Saddle shoes with the laces knotted together.
Wait, what?
And a clarinet. Obviously some fat high school girl left it there. Because that makes sense.
I was in band.
And a sexy pinup.
Well, everyone needs that.
You know, every girl that I ever knew in middle school and high school who played clarinet was hot.
I was best friends with a girl who played clarinet. She was cool.
Yeah, they've always been cool too, yeah. 2 marks are visible on the end of this ballpoint pen. Sir, that's not very COVID friendly. A 25-cent piece dated 1952. And as of yet, the future isn't so bright. I'm very excited about this, guys.
I am so goddamn confused.
Let's look at the trash can. An empty trash can so clean, you could eat from it.
I'd rather not. That's not COVID friendly.
7 flannel shirts accompanied with matching blue jeans are hanging neatly in the closet.
Step into your closet.
Yeah, it's like, when did you get a hold of... Okay. Did you get into my closet? The fuck? So this is our brother Hank, and this is our home. Let's look around. There's a master bedroom. The door is firmly locked. Can we open it? No, we cannot. It sounds like someone's in there dying. Wonder what's happening there. Anyway.
Are we not gonna ask follow-up questions?
Anyway, let's look at this TV. It's an old-fashioned console television.
I could tell.
And a coloring book. A box of crayons and a Range Rider coloring book. Let's talk to Hank.
What?
Huh, that's weird.
Shadow713, thank you very much for the follow. Who are you?
Leave me alone, Steve, or I'll tell Mom on you.
Oh, this must be our little brother.
Steve, are you talking to me?
Yeah, only I don't want to be, because I'm trying to watch my cowboy show.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm telling you, I need your help. I've lost my memory.
When the fuck did we
Have
establish
not.
that?
Cut it out.
Just
I'm
now.
telling you the truth.
That's
This
stupid.
is how we established it.
That's stupid.
Steve. Leave me alone. I'm sick.
Okay, that line, you always were a kidder, Steve. I hope that you all enjoyed that line, because you're going to be hearing the fuck out of it for the next, hour.
Oh, is that what you titled the stream for?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why it's called I Always Was a Kidder.
okay.
Hey, Shoto. Always happy to make my fellow DBZ fans happy. Alright, so let's talk about that cowboy show.
Have you noticed that your show is in black and white?
What else? Color? On a TV?
Well, I think I've seen a colored television before.
Have not. Quit it, I'm gonna tell.
Yeah, that's a little sibling.
Your mother lets you watch this stuff?
Sure. This is part of history. What made America great.
Oh
And
god.
besides, blood and guts are neato.
Blood and guts are super neato.
Well, I can attest to that. I was playing Mortal Kombat Gold whenever I was a little kid.
Yeah. This is why I gave you guys such an extensive history on violent video games, because this game, let me emphasize, was made in response to the 1993 congressional hearings on violence in video games. So if you see stuff and you're just like, what the fuck, this seems like proselytizing, it's intended to be that way. Also, again, want to emphasize this game can be very, very offensive and have certain stereotypes, so just fair warning on that. Little kids shouldn't watch violence!
Well, you can't stop me, so let me alone. Or else.
Or else what? What you gonna do? Anyway, says he's sick.
What's wrong with you?
I got a headache and a stomachache.
Then why aren't you in bed?
'Cause I wanna watch my cowboy show.
You look alright to me.
I'm not faking. I couldn't go to school because I'm sick. Daddy's sick in bed too. And Mom believes me anyway. So shut up.
You shut up! This must be a little sibling. I'm getting into a fight with him.
Okay, why not just tell me where I am?
'Cause that's a dumb question. And you're not fooling me with that magnesia stuff.
Amnesia, you mean? Alright, fine. But will you at least tell me what school you go to?
The same school everyone in Harvest graduates from. One way or another.
Wait,
I
I'm
don't
sorry, what does
understand.
that mean?
You're not supposed to. Yet.
Again, I promise all of this will make sense later.
Your dad is asleep?
He and Mom went at it last night pretty hard. He stayed in bed. I saw what she did to him. It was pretty bad.
Well,
What
son,
did
that's called
she-
BDSM.
Like you don't know. I saw you and her on the couch last Wednesday
Wait,
night.
what?
Guess that's why she's grounded now. Huh.
Wait, what?
Too bad you wouldn't pay me and I had to tell. Huh.
What are you talking about? What girl?
What? Is there another one too? Wait till I tell.
Layla, it was basically made like, fuck you. I can put whatever I want in a video game. Freedom of expression. Which is essentially what the congressional hearings
Yeah.
came to decide was, okay, well, freedom of expression, but this should undergo a rating system.
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
All summer, it's been Stephanie this and Stephanie that. And now you don't remember? You think I'm dumb or something?
No, I just can't remember anything, like I said.
Kayla's
Yeah,
giving me a
you
look.
better remember quick, because the wedding's in 2 weeks.
Wait, the what?
Leave me alone so I can watch TV.
No, keep spouting exposition, child.
Yeah, exposition, rush it out ASAP.
That's a weird looking television. Come to think of it, this whole place looks totally retro.
What do you mean retro? All TVs look alike.
Sure, basically. But this is one old-fashioned clunker.
Old-fashioned? It's brand new.
Yeah, but look at the tube. Where's the remote control?
What's that?
Now that I think about it, I can't remember.
And what was that you said about retro rockets?
No, retro. It means... Oh man, I know what I mean. That everything here is wrong. But I can't picture the difference.
Then shut up and quit bugging me. I'm watching my cowboy show.
You're missing a whole bunch of that cowboy show just arguing.
I know, right? Alright, well, I think we got about as much as we can out of him for now, so... Bye!
Good. Finally.
Yep, that's a little sibling.
Yeah. Well,
As the youngest
We didn't-
sibling, I can attest to that.
we didn't get very much out of him, but there's a kitchen this way, so let's go see if we can find someone else to talk to.
Okay.
Oh, good! This must be our mother.
Hi, Stepford wife.
Hello, Stepford wife, how are you?
There's a baby.
Yep.
That does not look like a baby.
It's a newborn, sleeping soundly. Let's look at the cookies. They are hot out of the oven. Let's look at the trash can. Freshly baked cookies are in the trash can.
I'm sorry, what?
And cookies are baking in the oven. There's a lot of cookies around here.
I want some cookies.
I know, right? An expertly embroidered old-fashioned wall plaque.
Old-fashioned?
Old-fashioned wall plaque. Okay. What do you guys think it says? I know what it says, but
I have no idea.
it looks to me like it says kill them all, personally.
Well, now it does to me.
Yeah, I know, right? Once you see it, it's like, that shit ain't going away. A cabinet that smells of dirty diapers.
No, Meaty's right. It says eat the rich.
Probably says that too, yeah. So just, you guys just insert your own idea of what you think that wall plaque says. Eat them all? That's not a bad one. Probably some sexy shit like women need to be in the kitchen. Oh, Layla. Layla. Here we go. Let's talk to Mom.
Well, hello there.
Oh God, what is wrong with your face?
What is wrong with your face?
Fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
Land's sake, stop your joshing, won't you? Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
So that's my name. Steve.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me, young man.
Listen, this may sound strange, but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
Oh
I'm
Jesus.
serious.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
Sister?
Sister?
I love
Wake
his
her.
shocked
I
face.
just put her down to sleep. If she wakes up, she'll just
What
want
is
to
you?
eat again.
I'm sorry, madam.
Darn it, I'm busy.
You seem to have
If
a
you
pest
think I'm
problem.
going to play along with this nonsense, you're crazier than Sparky down at the firehouse.
Fine. Maybe I am crazy. I can't rule that out. Why can't you just help me a little? Is that too much to ask?
Now you've done it. Are you happy? Poor baby. There.
Woke up the
there. Did
baby.
your brother scare you? Let me see. Darn that wasp woman. She's a monster. That's what she is.
What the fuck? Wasp woman?
Wasp?
Tetsuya Crumb is going to hear about this. I want you to go to her house right now and give her a piece of my mind.
I don't know where she lives.
Honestly, you can't miss a house covered with paper nests. Steve, you tell her to mind her own beeswax or by golly, I'll take it up with the PTA. Or the lodge.
Ooh, the PTA! Ooh! Ooh!
What's the PTA got to do with anything?
Show some respect, Steve. The PTA has a lot of clout in Harvest. We run the charity bake sale, the annual blood drive, and by gosh, we even have ties to the lodge.
I thought she was about to say we have ties to the mob.
Potato, potato. Let's talk about this bake sale.
What charity is this bake sale supposed to benefit?
It'll help provide a fund for bums and hobos who wander into Harvest and have no family ties.
Kind of a specific target group, isn't it?
You have to pay attention to detail when dealing with such people.
I don't know what you mean.
You will. The whole thing has been organized by the lodge.
Tell me more about this bake sale. Why is it so important?
As I told you, many unfortunates who come to Harvest end up needing financial help.
Why is that the town's problem?
It's not a problem, so long as those folks are taken care of. It's the will of the lodge.
Okay, the fact that you're phrasing it like that is making it automatically suspect.
Yeah. Layla, we'll never actually get a shot of the embroidered sign. I just like looking at it and trying to figure out what it says. Okay,
What lodge?
let's talk about the
The
lodge.
Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. It's just the finest place in Harvest, and the most exclusive.
What's so great about it?
Hard to say, since hardly anyone gets inside. But it wouldn't be so exclusive if it wasn't just wonderful. Just like the new Reynolds dishwasher with their patented auto dry process, TM. I've never used one, but I know I want it. Instead of sulking around the house all day, why not walk over to the lodge and apply for membership?
What?
What?
Why do I want to do that?
Is this the Truman Show?
That would make sense. Anyway, last thing I want is a fez on my head.
Don't be so hasty, Steve. I think you'll find Harvest is a pretty dull place without the lodge.
Yeah, have a
sound
cookie
like the
from the
membership
trash, Layla.
Don't be silly.
Trash
I
cookie.
just want what's best for you, that's all.
Let's talk. I know this is, like I said, I know this is an exposition dump, guys, but it kind of helps to set the stage for everything that's going on.
Harvest is a town unlike any you've ever known.
In what way?
I don't have time to go into it now. Why not take a walk around town and pester someone else? I'm busy.
Well, okay, you don't have to be a bitch about it.
Okay, and you can also bring up other things, like, she talked about a blood drive. Let's ask her about that.
Stop speaking nonsense.
Okay, I
dear.
guess she's not gonna talk about that.
Stop speaking nonsense, dear.
Okay, well, I guess that's not gonna... Okay, there is something else we can do real quick, and let's just go ahead and get it out of the way.
What a thing to say to your mother. Was that an invitation now that your father is out of action?
Madam!
Yeah, how about it?
Maybe later, dear. Right now, I have housework
Madam!
to do. Though you can watch if you want. Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
I wonder who Jimmy is.
I told you I'm busy, Steve. Why don't you talk to Hank, or go next door and visit Stephanie, or go get an early start on your new job?
What?
Let's ask about Stephanie.
And just who is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you started on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Wedding?
Look, all this talk about weddings is nuts. I'm not marrying anybody till I figure out what's going on here.
First, the heartbreak of psoriasis, and now this. 2 weeks before the wedding and you're backing out. Whatever will the neighbors think?
I can't marry someone I don't even know.
Fine, have it your way, but leave me out of it. If you're going to break Stephanie's heart, you march right next door and do it yourself. And don't expect me to write you a note.
I can't come to the wedding. I have amnesia. My son can't come to the wedding. He has amnesia.
It's written on a crumpled up sticky note. Ding dong ditch on the front door and leave it there.
No, it's written in frosting on a cookie.
Hope these cookies soften the blow.
Fiance? This is insane.
I love his shocked face. He's like, ooh.
Second thoughts about her and Stephanie. Is that what this silliness is all about? Pre-wedding jitters?
Can something like that produce amnesia?
Stop this foolishness.
More like
right
my son
now
can't come to the wedding
and
because of
your
incest.
blessings. Stephanie is great at cooking and cleaning.
Oh, well, in that case.
Oh, so that's the only thing we can focus on.
What's cooking and cleaning got to do with anything?
Honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You may
Many
not appreciate a hot
things?
meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon enough, I'll bet.
You're saying that's all there is to marriage? Cooking and cleaning?
Well, you'll have to ask your father about that, but I'm sure Stephanie will do her duty
Duty.
when the time comes.
Let's press on that a little bit.
Bless your innocence, but there are certain disgusting truths that go along with marriage. Facts that can't be disguised by sheets which wrap around the contours of flexing go-go's and bouncing legs.
Wait, what?
You can't know what I'm talking about, and that's best. When the time comes to make a baby with Stephanie, you'll have to make your peace with the fact that when a farmer plants his seed, he can't help but get some nasty dirt on his hoe.
Is this code for anal?
I think it might be.
My father.
He's in the other room. He decided to sleep in today. Now please, let me get back to my cookies.
I tried to open the door. It was locked. And I heard him moaning. Like he was in pain.
Your father overdid it last night. Just leave him alone until I get some catgut. Have a cookie.
Wait, did what?
I think catgut is a type of plant.
The bake sale is on Friday, and yet you're baking the cookies now.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
There are certain
But
things
they'll
you
be
should
stale
put
by
off.
Yeah.
That's why I'm throwing them away.
And then cooking more?
To replace the ones I throw out.
Why?
Well, I have to. No one's going to pay to eat stale cookies out of the garbage can.
But you expect me to.
Of course not, Steve. I wouldn't charge you. I'm your mother. Help yourself.
Help yourself to them trash can cookies.
No.
I think this just goes back to the.
What charity is...
It'll help provide.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
You have.
I don't...
You.
Tell me more.
As I.
Why is that...
It's not a.
Lodge.
What law?
Real quick. Let me see if I can
What's
get
the-
that blood drive
Hard
back
to
up
say,
again.
since hardly any.
I'll go
That's
look
all.
into it. Okay. Man, I was really trying to get the blood drive stuff back. Anyway. Okay, bye.
Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Don't tell me what to do.
Let me ask Hank about the lodge. Hey, Hank, have you heard about...
I'm sorry, what the fuck just happened?
It glitched a little bit. It is a common thing with these old games. Anyway, hey, you know anything about the lodge?
Gosh, all I know is I sure would like a look in there. But they don't allow field trips inside. They don't allow anybody in, unless they got an invitation.
Why are
How do
you so
get an
knowledgeable?
invitation?
Guess the same way as you get into Cub Scouts. When Mom signed me up for that,
You're in the
she
Cub
went to the post
Scouts?
office and had me write on the paper.
The application?
Yeah, I think they got lodge forms down at the post office. But forget about getting in. They're real picky.
Alright, well, thanks.
Good. Finally.
So I guess we can go to the post office and... A box full of newspapers by the front door. I wonder why that's there.
I don't know.
This is the combat system, by the way, guys. You right-click. Alright, so I got a paper in my inventory. I guess let's head on out and see what... Let's explore the town of Harvest. Hello.
Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hi, I'm the director's
Hey, how come
kid.
you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning?
I'm supposed to? I don't remember.
Yeah? Well, try to remember, will ya? How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
The Sentinel building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes in mine. Say, you got any spare sneakers?
Boy, is that a quest I hear?
Oh, gee whiz. Look,
Maybe.
fine, and I'd be willing to trade you for 'em. Something really neato. Think about it. See you later, alligator.
Well, I guess let's give him this newspaper.
There now. See how easy it is? Things are so much better between us when you remember the paper in the morning. And let's keep them that way.
That sounds like me when I was extorting our brother.
I know, right? Let's real quick drop a save.
Oh, that's pleasant imagery. Yeah.
It's full of junk mail, bills, and bake sale flyers. They're really all about this bake sale.
What else are people gonna do?
There are security bars fastened to the window with Phillips head screws. High voltage power lines bathe your home in a wholesome, old-fashioned electromagnetic field. You feel their humming in your dreams.
Right.
Steel barbs wrench signals from the naked air. Some of the writing in this is like, okay. An army surplus air conditioner. Alright, let's go investigate the town.
Oh, hi.
Let's see. So we've got the general store, post office, barbershop, missile base, the lodge, the TV station, Yee Memorial School, the meat plant, Edna's Diner, police station, fire station, newspaper building, cemetery, Wayward Hotel, the Johnson residence, an abandoned house, and the Potsdam residence.
Well, we go see the bitch we're supposed to marry.
You want to go meet her first?
I guess so.
Okay. Let's go to the Potsdam residence.
Potsdam!
Let's look at the window. It's too high to look into. Garage needs a new paint job.
Wow, just insult their house, why don't you?
Garage window is shaped like a wagon wheel. The glass is so clear the reflection makes it difficult to see. That makes no sense.
That's not how that works.
Hello!
Hi! Why is there
There
meat?
he is, my future son-in-law. And how's he doing today? What brings him to the Potsdam household, huh? Huh?
I've lost my memory.
What a guard.
Would I kid about something like that? Why won't you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
There it is.
Your mother
Take
just
a shot
told
for every
me
time they say that.
Shenanigans. Isn't that right, Mrs. Potsdam?
Sure did, Mr. Potsdam. You little bastard.
Imagination's a swell thing to have, in small amounts. Man needs to keep his feet on the ground, especially if he's getting married. Tell me, Is your father feeling better? Is he going back to the slaughterhouse anytime soon?
Oh yeah, our dad works as a butcher. That was the job they were talking about.
Okay then.
Slaughterhouse?
I can't imagine a better job than working in a slaughterhouse.
I can probably name 6 off the top of my head.
I don't want to work in a filthy slaughterhouse.
Bite your tongue with that serpent's tooth. Your dad's slaughterhouse is the most successful business in Harvest. You'll love it there.
And we have the weird
sure.
implications now.
Cutting animals open may not be much fun. Reaching into their bodies and yanking out the bloody guts, intestines dangling and slapping against you, the smell of death and shit in your nostrils all the time. Well, those are all definite cons. But once you're done, the guts have been washed into the gutters. What are you left with?
I'm sorry for the audio mixing, guys.
Rows and rows of scrumptious red meat.
Okay. Kayla's got such a shocked look on her face right now.
I mean, it
I wonder if Gilbert P. Austin is a vegetarian.
You want me to look it up?
Sure, I don't know what you're gonna. I don't know if you'll find any information about him though.
Gilbert P. Austin?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk. Tell us more about meat.
Meat is the foundation of any decent society. Everyone needs at least 3 servings of red meat a day. And anyone who says otherwise is a commie.
Yeah, that's what I
Once
was
you're married
expecting.
to Stephanie, I'll be part of the family too. And your father will give me all the meat I want. Kinda makes up for not getting into the lodge.
Oh, so Mr. Potsdam couldn't get into the lodge. Let's ask him about the lodge.
Why are you so anxious to get into the lodge?
There's wonders inside. I've heard there's more meat in there
Oh,
than
happy
we know
birthday to
what
your sister,
do.
Kate Tappa.
If you're of age, Steve, you might go down to the post office and fill out a lodge application. They're always looking for new blood.
Let's talk about Stephanie. Why is she grounded?
Well, don't look at me. Mrs. Potsdam wants Stephanie to study hard for her finals. If it was up to me, you could go straight upstairs, but you know, the little woman, you'll have to ask her permission to see Stephanie.
Well, we already graduated.
So,
Why's she
Steve,
gotta study for
the
finals?
last thing I
I
want
don't
to do
know.
is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat at stake. You will remind your dad about the meat. Won't you?
The meat! The meat! Om nom 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 nom. Om nom 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 nom. Let's talk
Tell
about
me
marriage.
about this wedding.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to hold the wedding down at the funeral parlor, since I'm not a member of the lodge. Mr. Moynihan has given his okay, and your father is going to cater the affair, with plenty of meat.
Mr. Moynihan? Who's that?
Moynihan is the undertaker. He also runs the Wayward Hotel. Since he's providing the space for the wedding, you might stop by and say hello to him, just to be sociable. But whatever you do, be sure to say hi to your father for me. Will you do that? Tell him hi, and remind him of the meat.
Okay, is this code for, like, the lodge being a secret gay club or whatever?
That would be pretty funny if it was, but no.
God damn it.
I haven't seen my father. He's locked in a room. I hear him moaning. But that's all.
He's not going to die, is he?
I mean, I
Like
didn't say
said,
that!
no. That woman, Mom, tends to him herself.
Well, next time you see him, be sure to tell him that I said hello. And tell him that I'm praying for his speedy recovery. And also, would you remind him about the meat?
Goddamn,
Especially
dude,
about the
chill!
meat.
Yeah, fine. If I see him.
You should be more concerned. If he dies, then who's going to take over the slaughterhouse? Who's going to tend to the meat? I guess as his son, you take over. Right?
I'm not taking a shot every time. 2 times to take a shot. Number one, every time someone says, well, you always wear a kidder, Steve. And number two, whenever this guy talks about fucking meat. Alright, bye. The man of the house squeezing his meat.
But
The empty shelves are a testament to the Potsdam household's rigorous intellectual standards. That's a pretty good line, I'm not gonna lie. A giant mutant asparagus, inexplicably robust given the fact that it's encased in red concrete. Perhaps the healthful electromagnetic fields of harvest? There's a lot of interesting things to find. A funerary urn is the cabinet's sole occupant. Okay, guys, who's in the urn?
a pet?
You think it's a pet? All right, chat. Give your theories in chat about who's in the urn. Let's go talk to Mrs. Potsdam. The icebox is locked. The entire kitchen has a minty fresh look and scent. Bushes are preventing the back door from opening. See, this is why you need a good lesbian in the house, is all I'm saying. Meat! Alright, let's talk to Mrs. Potsdam.
Hello, Steve. Have you flossed today?
You look like my mom, except for the hair.
Honestly, you men can insult a woman without even knowing you've done it. What a horrible thing to say.
You're both standing around baking cookies. Same kind of dress. Same pearls. So bizarre.
There's nothing bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity Bake Sale is Friday, you know, and by gosh, Mrs. Marvin Potsdam Jr. can be counted on to do her share.
What did you just say your name was?
Just because I'm doing housework doesn't mean I have to be a drudge. With a white suit is
I'm sorry about the
a
audio
husband
mixing,
of all
guys.
times. What's wrong with wearing pearls, for heaven's sake?
Nothing, but you look like June Cleaver. Some kind of sitcom mom.
Sitcom?
Jeez, you know, a situation comedy. The weird part is, I can't remember how I met.
I'm much too busy with housework to watch TV. Maybe Mr. Potsdam would know about sitcoms. Stephanie doesn't watch TV, though. She's grounded.
No, Stephanie doesn't watch TV because she just watches YouTube and Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about that, Stephanie. My bad. Oh, God, I had to stretch. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry about the audio mixing, guys. It's these old games, you know how it is.
You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve. He's a disappointed man. No matter how many lodge admission forms he fills out, they keep turning him down. He has a new application in, though, so keep your fingers crossed. If he joins the lodge, you and Stephanie can have your wedding in the Chapel of Love, rather than over at Moynihan's place.
I mean, I hear it's good luck to have a dead body within spitting distance at your wedding.
You need to commemorate the old life in order to make way for your new life with your betrothed.
Exactly. Also, hey Angel, that is the perfect way to enter the chat, by the way. Everyone take notes.
And by the way, there are some cultures that, like, suggest having weddings whenever a loved one dies.
Interesting. SP Wathy, thank you for the follow. Alright, tell me about the
What
lodge.
can you tell me about the lodge?
Everybody keeps bringing up this
Just
lodge.
that they're exclusive and secretive. If you're curious, you ought to pick up a lodge application at the post office and take it over to the Sergeant-at-Arms. Isn't that a thought? Forget Mr. Potsdam.
I wish I could.
If you became a member of the Order, we could hold the wedding inside the lodge. My, wouldn't that be
Aw, Swathy, you
lovely?
say the sweetest things. Say the kindest things to this old Southern belle.
Gay!
Tell me about this wedding.
Yeah, tell me about this.
Well,
Tell me more
let me
about this
do
wedding.
We're holding it over at Shady Oaks, Mr. Moynihan's funeral parlor.
Shady Oaks
Say
Funeral
what?
Parlor.
Now, I know
Okay.
it's not a very romantic place, but there's nowhere else to hold it, thanks to Mr. Potsdam.
Alright, hold on. Let me try offering her a turn on the old meat stick.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Ah, damn it.
What if you just type in dick?
Yeah,
Mr.
grounded.
Potsdam feels there's too much at
mistake to allow Stephanie to run around loose.
She doesn't want to get married either, huh?
Are you saying you don't want to marry my daughter?
I didn't say that, bitch.
Your daughter, Mrs. Potsdam. Why is she grounded? Afraid she'll run away before the wedding?
No! She's as delighted as we are about the wedding.
She's super happy about it. She's super happy. We're all happy.
Or a fallen piano, or who knows what.
A fallen piano.
Mr. Potsdam wants us all to be one happy family, and he doesn't want to risk anything happening at the last minute.
Will you let her out of her room, please?
Not a chance, Steve. Mr. Potsdam wouldn't like it. If you'd like to see her, it's fine with me. Go upstairs and turn right. Now, excuse me. I'm trying to get
Hold on,
ready
they're
for the
contradicting
big
each
sale.
other about who's insisting on the grounding, and I'm confused.
Yeah, that's what they do. If you ask one of them about it, they'll say it's the other one. That's how it's scripted.
This charity bake sale. What is it supposed to benefit?
Oh, I just like talking about gruesome subjects. When you get right down to it, all charity is pretty ugly, isn't it?
I don't follow.
Ask Mr. Moynihan. He's organized this event in conjunction with the lodge.
I think maybe we should go see Mr. Moynihan after this.
I guess so.
Okay, well, bye!
Give my regards to your parents.
Do I need to talk to them about the meat? Alright, upstairs. There's a closet there. The door will not budge. There's ceramic baby shoes here. My makeup looks just fine.
You're a butch lesbian.
Plastic plant has had enough water to last a good while. It's made of high-tech Tupperware, TM.
Okay.
This plaque has had its metal plate removed.
That sounds like it's saying the plaque of this plaque has been removed.
Yeah. This device is slowly releasing noxious-smelling chemicals into the hallway.
And we're just gonna ignore that.
Several books about red meats and its importance to living well. Meat! My meat!
God damn it, what do I do?
I think we should probably freshen up before we go see Stephanie.
Do we need to?
A thin layer of hair coats virtually every inch of ceramic, and the rubber ducky has seen better days. I've cleaned tubs like that. Mr. Potsdam has been taking this plastic plant joke too far. The towels are stiff as boards.
Just like me.
I'm very disturbed by that. Toilet works! Just want to let you guys know the commode works. Wads of tissues fill this trash can. Some of them are stuck to the sides.
Ew.
The window affords a spectacular view of aluminum siding. Feels like coarse sandpaper. It'd be painful to wipe with this stuff. She's purty.
I love the spelling on that.
Let's look at the medicine cabinet. The medicine cabinet reeks of various toiletries. What do we got? What do we got? Let's see. We got some Oral Lube. Great for getting in and out of tight spots. Let's go ahead and grab that. Got a headache? This aspirin should do the trick. Yeah, sure, let's grab that.
We're just stealing everything from our future in-laws.
1 hour cough medicine. You mean 1 hour Steve's medicine? Disinfectant. Warning, yeast disinfectant, not to be used for baking cookies. We cannot take that. Someone here might need to disinfect some yeast. Be sure to roll up the tube from the bottom. Fuck you! Fuck you! I squeeze from the middle!
What is wrong with you?
You can just, okay, seriously though, you can squeeze from the middle and then just like take your toothbrush, the handle of it, and just press it on the bottom like a rolling pin. And you still get the same amount of toothpaste out of the tube. You don't have to live that way, guys. You don't have to live that way. Hey look, tampons! Better ask Stephanie about these. Just take that. New Zippy vitamins will pick you up. I could use a pick-me-up.
God knows I need something here.
Dental floss. 300 yards of it. Miss Potsdam did say that I need to make sure I floss. A scattering of Band-Aids. Alright. Hey look, a wall picture. And a sink. It's covered with what appears to be toothpaste, pubic hair, and snot. Blech!
Why is there pubic hair in the sink?
Well, I guess Stephanie's not that great at cleaning up after all. look at the wall picture. Picture's hanging a bit crooked.
So fix it.
Oh, hello!
Hi.
That is some very lovely underwear, I must say.
That looks so pretty, but so uncomfortable.
I know, right?
We're just gonna move that back, right? Please tell me we're just gonna move that. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Okay, well. Hi, you must be Stephanie.
At least I hope so.
Yeah, I really hope so.
How did you get dressed so quickly?
I've seen people get dressed really fast. I used to do quick changes when I was in
I was
theater.
about to say, in theater, there were quick changes.
She has nice taste.
Really? Because she's dating you, so I believe the opposite.
Hey, I'm a catch. Hello?
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
I don't
You
know.
heard? We're getting married.
Steve
So,
and Stephanie.
You're the one. Steve, isn't it?
You mean you don't know me?
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times do I have to say it?
Just
Oh my
one second.
god!
I can't remember a damn thing either.
Finally, someone who understands!
Oh God, I thought it was just me.
You're not alone. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Those people downstairs have locked me in my room. They say I'm grounded until the wedding.
You thought about, like, jumping out the window? Who are they downstairs?
They claim to be my parents. I can't dispute it because I can't remember for sure one way or the other, but it doesn't feel right.
That goddamn accent.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I don't belong here.
Do you have any idea where you do belong?
Where does anyone
No,
truly
I'm
belong?
fairly sure I don't belong in Harvest.
Yeah.
We gotta be like Hercules and find
I
our
can't remember
place.
anything, but I feel in my heart that the woman downstairs is not my mother. She's like this thing, like a parody, a bad joke with mother as the punchline. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, believe me, I understand.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees it that way. I thought I was going crazy.
Join the club. But we can't both be crazy, Stephanie.
Actually,
yes, you can.
Something really weird is going on.
Actually.
I've got to escape, and so do you. Because in a way, whether you know it or not, I think we're both grounded.
What do you... Explain to me this grounded.
Yeah, we were good kids. We never got grounded.
They treat me well, but they won't let me leave this room. Not even to go out in the yard. Not until the wedding.
They won't tell you why?
Each one blames the other for grounding me. They make up different excuses. Different things I did, none of which I remember. So I sit up here, watch the world outside my window, and listen to the noises in the house.
Yeah, okay, fucking Rapunzel, calm down.
Have you heard or seen anything that might help us figure this thing out?
Every morning, a weird boy comes to the house and picks up the paper. He doesn't deliver the paper. He picks up scrap paper that Miss Potsdam sets out on the porch for him. Some mornings she forgets, and the boy gets furious. Gives me the creeps.
Yeah, he does have quite the
Anything else
Denny
you can
vibe
tell me?
going on with him.
I hear these weird scraping sounds in the bathroom sometimes. Like something is sliding along the wall. Claws, maybe.
No!
And Mr.
No, not
Potsdam.
that!
I don't like the way my dear daddy looks at me. Both of them are always watching me. Especially him.
Stephanie...
You don't think they're dangerous, do you?
I think this whole place is dangerous. I think we've got to escape. Before it's too late.
Stephanie, whenever you hear that scraping noise, is there like a period of time where you hear what kind of sounds like a bag of pennies slowly, rhythmically shaking? Alabama level rising! Oh, God. Alright.
Escape?
Harvest is a prison, Steve. Don't forget that.
That's harsh. The people are just eccentric.
You haven't been locked in your room for a week.
Okay, fair enough. You make a good point. So tell me about the lodge.
Everything in Harvest seems to revolve around this damned lodge, this Order of the Harvest Moon. They're responsible for this insane bake sale that's coming, and for the Harvest Blood Drive, too. When people talk about the lodge, it's always in this hushed, reverent tone. Mom keeps telling me that women can't join, but she keeps pressuring me to get you to join.
She's not the only one
Why
who wants
did
me
we
to
need
sign
a
on
cut
with the
for that?
lodge.
That's probably
It was
the
really
worst
important that
thing
you
to
see her
do.
looking
You
anxiously
think
at
the
the
lodge
lodge.
is some kind
That
of
I
trap?
see how
I think all of
misproportioned
Harvest
she
is a
is on this
trap.
bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Maybe joining the lodge is the way out.
Look, why not explore the town a little? I can't get out of here, but if I could, that's what I'd do. Maybe you can figure out what's happening here without going anywhere near the
Yeah,
lodge.
clearly they're just really
They're
into the
really
Harvest
afraid of the
Moon
lodge.
series. I don't know why everyone's
Aren't
freaking out.
I look at that building, all lit up at night, and I get scared.
There it goes again.
I mean, look at the damn thing. Seem like a harmless bunch of Masons to you?
What's wrong with your face?
What is wrong with your face? So you got the
Maybe my
magnesia
amnesia
too.
isn't total after all. You're familiar to me.
It's like grandma and
Like
her
we've met
echinacea.
before, in another life.
Maybe we really do live here. Maybe we were together and the same thing happened to both of us. An accident. Something.
Yeah, an
Neither of
accident,
us has
totally.
bumps on our heads, if that's what you're getting at.
It's a weird time to
You
be
been able to
all
remember anything
jokey about this whole
Anything
thing.
at all.
Well, I have had these recurring dreams. Just fragments, really. Strange, abstract images. Liquid, chrome.
Probably just a dream.
Well,
Yes, that's what she just said, was that it was a dream.
Harvest?
Thank you for your insight, Steve. So I guess we're getting married. How you feel about
the
that?
wedding is only 3 weeks away. Not much time to get to know each other.
Oh, you
is
only
it?
have to stay in your room for 3 weeks? Ha!
I know, right? Oh my god, I've never identified with Stephanie so much when I played this game. It's like, I've been stuck in here for 3 weeks. It's like, oh,
Bitch, that's
honey.
easy level.
Yeah. Well, suddenly the idea of a wedding doesn't seem so bad.
Thanks. But I wouldn't marry anyone with things, you know, as they are.
Yeah. Well, they can't force us to go through with it.
On the
If it comes
contrary,
down
my
to it,
good
we just
sir.
won't take the vows.
I don't think anything in Harvest is that simple. Too many people are determined that we get hit.
Okay, how do you know this if
Why?
you've just been inside for 3
Potsdam
weeks?
wants the meat your father promised him. Your parents want to force you to settle down. Mrs. Potsdam wants to have the wedding in the lodge.
Good one.
Thank you.
Me? I just want to escape.
Okay, well,
Bye.
actually, did you know there's a peephole in your bathroom?
You're not making sense.
What was the name? Bathroom.
You're not making sense.
There was a way you can tell her about this. Picture?
You're not making sense.
Is peephole one word? Because sometimes it gets spelled differently.
Stephanie?
There you go. Good
I think
call.
you should know. There's a peephole hidden behind the picture in the bathroom.
You mean a peephole?
I literally just said that.
Yeah, he just said a
I'm
peephole.
afraid so.
So that's the scraping I hear every night. The picture sliding along the wall. Disgusting. I've got to get out of here, Steve. The thought of that fat slob watching me.
Okay, look,
I'll
he is a
question
pervert,
Potsdam
but we don't
about
have to
it.
be fat
Maybe if
shaming
he knows
here.
I know, it'll scare him off.
Thank you, Steve. I don't know what I'd do without you.
We've jumped to God, you two must be lesbians, because, like, we've just met and you've already jumped to, I don't know what I would do without you.
Is that how lesbians work?
Yes. Happy Pride Month, by the way. Okay, well, bye.
Come back and visit me soon, okay?
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay,
Should
and
we
also
save?
let's drop a save, yeah. Hey, so,
There you go.
Stephanie, what are these?
Are you making some kind of point?
I'm making a political stance here.
Steve, it's good to talk to you, but if we're going to escape this wedding thing, you'd better start learning some things about harvest. And I think you might want to start at the lodge.
You just told me to. Okay.
I'm a woman, nothing makes sense.
You're not making sense.
Oh, I was gonna try asking her about the tampons.
Come back and visit me soon, okay?
Okay, well, bye. Hey, Mr. Potsdam.
If it isn't my favorite son-in-law, what brings you here again?
Oh, I'm not your son-in-law yet. Let me ask you about that peephole.
Beg pardon?
You've got a peephole in the upstairs bathroom. It looks in on Stephanie's room.
Well, I'll be darned.
Obviously, Mrs. Potsdam is a lesbian. For Pride Month, everybody, let's go with this route.
Mrs. Potsdam's never been to Lebanon in her life.
Someone's peeping in on Stephanie. If it's not Mrs. Potsdam, then who is it?
Seems that Mrs. Potsdam has a little problem. I'll handle it myself. Thanks for calling this to my attention, Steve.
Then you won't mind if I tell Stephanie about it.
Now, there's no need to scare Stephanie with this business.
I guess not. So long as you patch that hole.
Well, I guess I could hang that picture somewhere else.
That doesn't solve the
Thought you had
problem.
no idea where it was.
You're a peeping Tom.
Beg pardon?
You've got a peephole in the upstairs bathroom.
Well,
You've been spying on your daughter, haven't you?
how dare you? I'm no peeping Tom. I had no idea that was there.
You sure
Then
about
you won't
that?
mind if I tell Stephanie about it.
Now, there's
No need to scare
I guess
Stephanie. Patch the
Well,
hole, hang the picture.
thought
I
you
thought you
had
had no
no
idea
idea.
where it is.
Can we ask him fuck?
Sure, let
if
me
it
try.
isn't,
We'll try.
stop mumbling, Steve. I can't understand you at all.
Why? It is my God-given right as a bisexual to fuck every person in this town that is consenting.
Are you sure you want to fuck him, even if he does consent?
That's a good point.
Let me show him the tampons.
Yes, yes, very nice. But do you have any meat?
Right here, bitch. Unzips. I tell Mrs. Potsdam about
Hello,
the
dear.
people.
Come to see Stephanie, have you?
No.
Why then, whatever are you here for? I'm busy making cookies for the bake sale. Why not go speak to Mr. Potsdam?
People?
I'm gonna tell you about the people.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Ah, screw you. People doing.
Sorry, I didn't catch.
Ah, screw you. All
Pervert
right.
husband.
To your parents.
Anyway. Okay, let's go visit Mr. Moynihan. What do you say?
Okay.
Let's go visit him as a family.
I love how there are marks in the carpet where everyone moves.
Mm-hmm. That is actually a nice little touch. Alright. Should we go to the mortuary or the hotel?
Mortuary.
Okay, we'll go to the mortuary. A professionally kept landscape. With very phallic-looking things. The hideous symbol stands out like a swastika or a flattened spider. Large translucent window. Where is the band that's practicing? That's what's always bothered me. Examine the schedule. Schedule of this week's funerary events. Sofa. Why is furniture in funeral homes always so comfortable looking?
Because it allows for people to calm down a bit whenever they're trying to deal with the death of their loved one and make the arrangements for their funeral.
Kayla's visited funeral homes.
I have
as
visited
part of her
funeral
college-
homes. I took a death and dying class. I have held brains from dead bodies. And God, do I want to work in a funeral home, but I cannot afford the mortuary school.
An empty coat tree. Examine the candles. These votive candles have been lit by many well-wishers for the dead. Or one well-wisher with a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Those dear to us who have passed recently. Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe.
I didn't major in death and dying. It was an honors class that I took where we talk about how death is dealt with in various cultures as well as throughout history.
Mm-hmm. She actually knows quite a bit about it. It's very fascinating.
I love it.
Look at this beautiful place. Why would you not want to have a wedding here? The light from this candelabra gleams unwholesomely pink, like the eyes of a horde of rats balancing on thin wires. Some of this writing, I swear to God, you can just feel the moment where where Austin typed all that out, said, that was really, really good, and then you can just in your mind's eye see him firmly grasp the back of his own head, wrench his head down to his crotch, and start sucking the shit out of himself. Okay, let's look at the pews. Rows and rows of empty wooden pews, caked with the dust of indifference. Again, my God. Hey, look, a dead body!
I would expect to find that in a funeral home. I don't know why you're surprised.
Look at this place! This is the perfect place to hold a wedding. A saint kneels before a shepherd, jubilantly terrified. A small lectern for a priest. A brass candelabra holds several strange-smelling candles. A hauntingly beautiful stained glass window in which a man holds a scythe in one hand and some ethereal power in the other. So, is this what church is like for you as an atheist?
Kinda, yeah.
Is this what it looks like to you?
Well, no, the lectern for the priest needs to be up front, opulent, covered in gold, and needs to have a hood on the back, so that whenever the priest stands there, he just throws the hood over his head, and then he speaks in his dark voice.
I might have you covered. Hang in there. Hold that thought.
I have no idea about this game. That was literally just...
Hold that motherfucking thought. The imprint of a head, buttocks, and silent sliding heels are scraped into the thick dust of this pew. An empty vessel of the dead.
So an empty coffin?
Yep.
I would like to sleep in a coffin.
Alright, Abby.
I thought about that. But then again, I'm also claustrophobic, so I'd have to keep it open. Okay, sir, let's have some discussions about your... We're going to have some discussions. I am going to get an ethical board in here because your room for dissecting the dead is not clean enough.
The fan's whirring blades barely stir the stench-laden air. There are organic things floating in formaldehyde in these jars. The sort of things that make you really want to look away. That make you want to look away before you can really see what they are, but your eyes won't oblige. A disembodied organ which was never meant to pump formaldehyde. On the counter sits a new tube of astroglue. Do not confuse that with Astroglide, let me tell you.
Oh, God.
I mean, to be fair, having sex in a church, in regards to that, I can't think of a better place to be yelling, oh God.
I've had sex behind a church. Does that count?
Examine the window. A pair of bloody handprints are smeared across the glass.
Sir, you need to have a board come and examine your room.
A very nasty-looking sink. Ah, the noises! The messy remains of some poor soul. Oops, he spilled. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Here's a nice little Easter egg for you.
Okay.
The guy playing Mr. Moynihan?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, please put your hands together for Gilbert P. Austin.
Oh.
Stephen,
Who are you?
I am Daniel Moynihan, mortician and proprietor of the Wayward Hotel.
Most people ask me why I don't remember their names.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, as one who deals with the dead, I try not to involve myself in the affairs of the living. Your loss of memory is of no concern to me, true or false. Ironic, considering my recent involvement in a charity event.
What are you talking about?
My complaints were central to the scheduling of the upcoming Harvest Bake Sale. I'm gratified the Order of the Harvest Moon got involved. The proceeds will certainly help cover my losses.
Gee, I can't imagine why you'd be losing money in such a wonderfully clean mortuary.
But yeah, everybody, this is the writer and director of Harvester. This is the guy who conceived of this game.
See, I don't know which one to focus on. The fact that this guy looks exactly like the person I would think who would make this game, or the fact that this fucking mortuary is pissing me off.
Like, I need another asshole listener telling me I'm supposed to live my... Hey, raging username. Have some respect. He has a fantastic top hat. And look at that goddamn facial hair.
I mean, the facial hair is cool, but the messy, clear ponytail on the back is kind of...
I think that's a mullet.
Okay, there, that makes it worse. I'd rather have...
Look how successful he is! His mullet is practically reaching his knees! Anyway, buddy, why don't you tell me about your losses?
Can't imagine why you'd be losing money here.
Like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to harvest to die. They simply drop dead, penniless, and they all need burials. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share. So why must I pay for the coffins and burial materials as well? My losses to the dead are substantial. Hopefully the bake sale will offset some of them.
You know what this guy reminds me of?
What?
The book Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, where he gets turned into a vampire and lives to modern day, and this is what he's doing with his time right now.
You think he, like, kills the vampires and buries them under the guise of being a mortician?
Either he kills them, or he literally just, like, chains them up with silver and puts them in a coffin to be buried alive, a la Dark Shadows.
Anyway, tell me about the Wayward Hotel.
As owner of the only hotel in town, I do my best to accommodate any hobo who straggles into town, vacancies permitting.
Were the guys who dropped dead staying at your hotel?
I really don't recall. We get so many low-life dregs passing through here, I can't remember every little death that occurs.
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
Are there that many?
As I said, sliced open on a mortician's slab, every corpse looks the same. Red and juicy.
First of all,
But
you did not
surely
say
you'd
that.
remember if these deaths were an unusual occurrence.
You sound like you're launching some sort of investigation, Stephen. That would be most unwise.
So, first of all, you never said that. Second of all, do you have any idea how badly those places stink? Do you have any idea what a body smells like whenever you open it before you embalm it? It smells god-awful.
Isn't that the reason why they put that stuff underneath their noses?
Yes, that is exactly why they do that.
What is that stuff anyway?
It can be anything, like it can be like essential oils you can just dab under your nose, little cotton balls that you can have with various scents on it, or you can just put Vicks Vapor Rub underneath your nose.
Huh, interesting. And I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Meanie.
No.
I mean, who hasn't had sex in a morgue?
I wish.
I'm pretty sure. I guarantee you that morgue that you went to visit, I promise you somebody had sex there. And I promise you it was an employee.
Well, it was at a medical teaching school. We were at Duke at the medical office where they study cadavers for their entire semester.
Oh yeah, someone's definitely had sex there.
Plenty of people have had sex in there.
Alright, let's talk about the bake sale.
This bake sale is a joint effort of the Harvest PTA and the Order of the Harvest Moon. The proceeds will be used to set up a fund for transients. In other words, bums and societal rejects without families who wander into Harvest uninvited.
Uninvited.
Then the Order is setting up shelters for the homeless?
Not shelters.
Gas chambers, more likely.
Graves.
You were close.
You see a great number of these hobos die while passing through. Don't ask me why, it's what those people do.
They just walk in
Use
and
your
die.
common sense, Stephen, memory or no. If they were involved in setting up homeless shelters, then why would I be involved? And why would I be sustaining losses?
Well, you did mention that you run the hotel.
Yeah, where they stay.
Just tell me about the lodge.
As always, the Order of the Harvest Moon has taken the lead in addressing our societal ills. Through their sponsorship
How much
of the blood
societal
drive
ills
and
are there
bake
for
sale,
51 people?
The lodge ensures that all
A lot,
our needs are
apparently.
met.
Neat. Such as...
Pardon me, there are corpses to prepare. And my losses have been substantial of late. If you're sincerely interested in the Order, however, you should stop by the lodge and speak with the Sergeant-at-Arms.
Why should I be interested, Mr. Moynihan?
Of all the spots in Harvest, the lodge is the most prominent, literally and figuratively. It is the ambition of everyone here to join, and join you must to attain wisdom.
What kind of wisdom?
If I knew, I'd be a member. I have the feeling you have what it takes to join the Order, Stephen. We all believe that. Whether or not you live up to your potential is up to you.
Is it weird that my biggest question right now is, sir, are you a mortician or are you actually a medical examiner? Like, do you just prepare the bodies for being buried and, you know, just fill them with the chemicals to keep them preserved? Because if so, why are you digging into the main chest area of a body, which you probably shouldn't be doing, if it's just, oh, I need to put the formaldehyde in there and get them all purdied up for his family to cry over? Or are you a legit medical examiner who sees why a person died? Because if that's the case, what the fuck are you doing in this nasty-ass office?
Pretty sure he's just a mortician.
Okay, sir, then why do you have pieces of bodies out?
Don't worry about it.
You're spouting gibberish.
I can't ask anybody about this fucking blood drive. Anyway, bye.
I'd say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
Same.
Yeah, I was like, well, I've officially found the character in Armus that I most identify with.
Same.
The needle lies on 33 degrees Fahrenheit.
That is way too... No. I mean...
Can I take that?
You can't have that, Stephen. I need it for my work. And may I say you're a rude young man for attempting to steal it.
My God, what a
I was
mom
only
voice.
gonna
You
borrow
can't
it.
have that, Steven.
Indeed. And have you anything I could hold as security?
Want some tampons?
Security.
Yeah, I've got tampons.
Money?
I'm afraid that's not good enough. I need that glue for my work. You must present me with something significant if you'd have me part with it.
Excuse you, if you are a real mortician, you're gonna have plenty of glue lying around. One tube missing is not gonna set you back too badly, buddy.
Why should I care about that?
It's something significant. This thing holds the lifeblood of a creature that bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die. Isn't this like a thing for you? Anyway.
Welcome to the stream where Kayla talks about death for a long ass time.
Let's go check out the Wayward Hotel. Vacancy. The Waywar Inn. Pretty cheap looking sign for such an uptown establishment. Well, let's see if maybe there's like a hobo here we can speak to. He says he puts them up in his inn. The fuck you doing here?
See, I told you! Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter!
The PTA bake sale is on Friday. Reflections make the lobby seem more spacious than it actually is. I don't know, this is a pretty spacious lobby.
Yeah.
That's some good fucking illusions right there. The somewhat ponderous console radio evokes an earlier era.
Oh, and the giant brick of a TV didn't?
A ledger of names, the last being Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe, checked in on Monday. Does that name sound familiar?
I feel a nudging in the back of my head, but it's not pulling up anything right now.
He was in the mortuary ledger.
Ah.
The most recently departed. The store is locked.
There's Nick Cage up
Young
there,
man, we
according
really have nothing to say to each
according
other.
to Angel.
I have the feeling your image shall soon adorn my slab. And I'd rather not know the face of the meat I'm slicing.
Okay, first
You know,
of
I've seen
all,
who misplaced a ledger. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
If you couldn't see me snap that thing right from under your nose, then I don't know what to do for you, dude. Not a thing.
How strange. You're the only visitor I've had in days. I can't imagine what else could have happened to it. Perhaps the dead walk again and they're hungry for literature. At any rate, should any of them show those ledgers around, they'll wish they'd stayed in their graves.
I must say, I actually do really, really love the voice acting in this game. It's very well done.
I love how fucking extra this dude is.
Me
I'd say
too!
It's been a pleasure, but I find
Into the company of the living so wearisome. That's gonna be my new way of saying goodbye to people. It's like, farewell. Like, I'll just say that to, like, oh, when I go, next time I go through the CVS drive-thru to pick up medicine, I'll be like, well, bye. I would say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
Okay.
That's gonna be my exit line from now on. So,
No, Gomez. Priest and mortician are not the same thing.
let's go into the cemetery. Just explore everything while we're here. Actually, real quick. Hotel ledger on the other ledger.
Okay.
Okay, well, it doesn't do anything. Alright. This is me, by the way. That's my health indicator.
Well, that didn't work. Damn it.
Here lies Boxcar Willie. The air here reeks of fresh soil and manure.
Why is there manure in...
The headstone on this gravesite reads Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe. That name's been popping up an awful lot, I gotta say.
Gee, I wonder if it's significant.
Nah. Oh, look, a picnic table! Because this is a lovely place for a picnic. Yet another resting place amongst the graves.
I mean...
I can hear Gilbert P. Austin sucking his dick on that line.
I mean, yeah, actually there are a number of graveyards that do have, like, picnic areas.
I didn't pick up, like, yeah, that's pretty, yeah. Ashley would probably like that. She'd probably just be like, girl, same. The leaning sycamore is dead rotten, unstable for climbing or stringing nooses. Okay. Just alright. Marble doors have been sealed shut. Okay, well, bye. So where do you want to go next?
I don't know, let's find a shovel and dig up a dead man.
It's gonna be a little while before we can find the shovel.
God damn it.
But don't worry. We'll find one. We'll find one.
Abandoned house?
You know what? We did tell Mom that we were gonna march over to the Wasp Woman's house and give her a piece of her mind.
Oh.
Let's go do that.
This is the first time I've seen you do something exactly as Mom said.
The attic window is the perfect nesting ground for wasps.
No. Mm-mm.
The overhang is the perfect nesting grounds for wasps.
No.
The old car is the perfect nesting grounds for wasps.
I will fucking kill you.
This place sure could use a garden. You know what this town needs? A good lesbian. Alright, let's go in.
I don't want to go in.
Hello!
Oh god!
What? This is Tetsuya Crumb! The icebox is sealed shut with wasp nests.
Oh god!
Look at all the nests!
I don't want it!
A rather colorful picture of a wasp.
I'm burning this place to the ground and then burning the ashes!
From the sound of it, these cabinets are infested with wasps.
God has forsaken this place!
Visitors.
Gee, I wonder
Are
why.
you the Wasp Woman?
I am Tetsuya Crumb. The ignorant of Hardis call me the Wasp Woman. A pejorative, no doubt. Born of fear and a poverty of imagination.
Bees
I don't
are
understand.
fine and we need them
The
to keep the
politics of
world
honey,
going. Wasp can go
The
fuck themselves.
Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible for the prejudice against wasps.
No, it isn't! What is wrong with you, lady?
What do you mean, honey?
The politics of honey are intertwined with the age-old struggle of the aesthetic versus the commercial. Because I choose to raise wasps instead of bees, I'm frowned upon by the community. Why?
Because they're a legitimate problem and can
Raising
actually hurt
bees
people.
is acceptable because they produce honey. But sometimes it's not what is produced, so much as what is performed.
I don't see any particular use for wasps.
Why must everything have a use? Is money always the determining factor? More slender, more aerodynamic than the bee.
Less useful than the...
Wasp is a joy to behold.
Sorry, I probably should have warned you
Beautiful
about that.
and juicy.
I hate you.
Isn't that enough to compensate for the little drawbacks?
No, it isn't!
Drawbacks?
Well, as you can see, the little darlings do love to sting.
I will take a goddamn
Another
crowbar to
source
your
of
face.
prejudice for the masses, and another reason to love them. Bees are like animals. They sting only for a reason, for sacrifice.
Honeybees don't sting.
They have no conception of individual sensation, of pleasure.
Well, honeybees are also dicks, though.
Yeah, honeybees are dicks, but I'd rather deal with honeybees than wasps. Or hornets! Oh my god, hornets.
I've been stung by a hornet before.
Didn't I step on one whenever I was a kid?
Mm-hmm. Second.
When a bee stings, it rips itself apart and dies for its audacity. This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. They are not as sympathetic to the masses because they don't die when they sting. They live to sting another day, and they take pleasure from it.
I'm going to take that sharp-ass spade from Resident Evil 7 and put it through your goddamn head. I will decapitate you with a fucking smile on my face, and then I will burn your goddamn wasp house to the ground.
Feel pretty strongly about this, do you?
I hate that! Okay, story time. So, around middle school, I went to this little camp during the summer with a couple of my friends. It was at our local community college. So our teacher decided at one point, because we got everything done early, it was just after lunchtime, we still had about 2 or 3 hours for before our parents came to get us. So my teacher decided, oh, let's try this thing called geocaching. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's basically where, like, it's a scavenger hunt where someone gives coordinates and clues where you can find a little treasure someone has buried literally anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the whole thing. So we figured out there was one on the campus, and we were like, oh, let's go explore. Let's see if we can find it. So we're heading up the back of the campus into the woods. And to get into the woods, there are some old wooden steps built into the mountainside.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just basically square blocks of wood to act as steps.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 kids running up these things. We got to find out there was a wasp nest hidden inside one of the logs.
Fun.
And that nest was pissed off whenever we came out and started attacking all of us.
Fun times.
Our parents came and got us early that day because we all started screaming and ran back to our room and had to get treated because we all got bee stings.
Did you find the treasure?
No, we never did.
Well, now it really sucks.
Yeah, that's the bigger thing, was I had to lay on a lab table in a community college science lab while a teacher was applying some numbing agent and some ice to the outside of my right knee where I got stung. And I didn't even get any treasure to console myself with that. I just cried.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah, it sucks. It's why I hate bees. It's why I hate going outside. I hate everything.
Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer, hedonistic instead of industrial. Some think them quick to anger. In truth, they are easily swayed to excess. ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation.
I'm really glad that I'm not straight.
Welt, an act of love.
The wasp was just telling you that it loved you.
Wasp can go fuck itself. Oh yeah, Gomez, you missed my little story of why I hate wasps.
A triviality.
Okay, well, baby.
Fuck. You have to ask fuck to every single character.
Man, I thought you'd be kind of down for that with the whole... Let me ask her about the lodge. What do you think about that?
A triviality.
You are not at all interested. Alright, well, nice talking to you. Alright, well, away we go.
Get out of this goddamn house.
Okay,
I need a drink. I need to go refill my drink. I need to walk away for a moment.
Okay.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna hang out with you guys and talk for a bit. Oh, also, since Kayla's stepping up and walking away, this is a good time for me to let you guys know. If you are having fun and you're enjoying this stream, if you would hit that share button below the player, it really, really helps me out, and it's a totally free way to help me. So, that would be super, super awesome of you if you did that. What else? Let's see. Oh, also, if you have never seen this game before, if you've never played it or, like, read up on it, I implore you, just like with Indigo Prophecy, do not read ahead, because this shit is something you've got to experience. And we got a bunch of places we can go. So we got a missile base we gotta explore. There's a lot of things around here. Like I said, this first stream is gonna be a lot of exposition, but like I said, it's kind of necessary to really set the stage for everything going on. Once we get all that exposition out of the way and meet all these interesting characters, the action kind of, like, just starts going. So, yeah. Anyway. How's your Sunday, guys? My Sunday's pretty good so far. Playing a game that I enjoy while we wait for Kayla to come back. I think we're gonna go to the Johnson residence next. Wait until Kayla gets back so that she doesn't miss any exciting stuff. Look at this! Look at this, Tucker! Look at this! During the day, Mr. Johnson keeps watch over his precious 48 Tucker. 1948 Tucker, look at that. The manhole cover is locked in place. A nasty stench drifts up from the sewers below. What else we got? Mr. Johnson erected an impenetrable fortress to protect his Tucker during the night. That's interesting. He really, really likes this car, it seems like. What the fuck is going on in this neighborhood? Well, that's interesting, Angel. You just reminded me it wasn't Friday. Well, that is why we do these Sunday streams, to help you guys figure out what the day of the week is. Kayla should be back in just a minute, and then we'll start talking to, Hi.
Hi.
I know you were already grossed out by the wasps, and now we gotta talk to Mr. Johnson. What? He has a car. He really likes this car. You see this car?
Yeah.
It's a nice car. He likes this car.
What's wrong with the car?
Anyway, let's talk to Mr. Johnson. Oh, let me wait for you to get your headphones back on, sorry.
I got my security blanket. I got some more water. I think I'll be okay.
Okay. I'm glad. You're gonna need to really hang on to that Captain Marvel blanket.
Hello, Steve. How's the husband?
God, that face!
Having no memory, I guess I'm alright.
What is wrong with your
All right.
face?
You should be ecstatic, considering what you're getting into, if you haven't gotten into it already. Speaking of which, I heard Stephanie was grounded. Her daddy's worried about getting his meat. Though if I were him,
It's like the
I'd
meat
be
is a
more
dowry or
concerned
some
about
shit.
Stephanie getting some meat.
Right. And you are...
You always were a kidder, Steve.
Fuck off.
I'm Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad you stopped by. Just got finished waxing the Tucker. I could use a little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
Who's Edna?
Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the snootiest women in town. I declare there isn't a woman in Harvest that turned me away. If I was interested, that is. Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence. And her with a little girl to raise. That child needs a father. And Edna, well, she needs a good, hard penis.
Kayla has taken off her headset. She is
No.
done.
No! I don't need to be hearing about penis from a bug man.
Well, no, this guy's not a bug man. This is.
He looks like a bug man. Did you see those fucking eyes?
I know.
I can read.
Okay.
I can read. I'm not hearing his fucking voice.
All right.
What makes you so sure she needs a penis?
You saying Edna's getting it from someone else? Like maybe that damn Sheriff Dwayne? He's over at DNA
Sheriff
every
Dwayne.
day from noon to
Dwayne.
one, eating his dadgum
Dwayne.
pie. I got a feeling he
Dwayne the Rock Dwayne?
desserts. Sure, it's the only diner in town, but I'm sure he's got more on his mind than food.
What are you talking about Edna's Diner?
I'll admit DNA's diner does good business. But money isn't everything to a woman.
Yes.
Can money keep you warm at night?
Yes.
Can you wrap your thighs around it?
Yes.
Red
Yes.
Bloody
Money can
gashes
do all
in
of that.
its back with your painted hollowed fingernails? Edna! So, how's Stephanie?
Yeah, this guy's one of the original nice guys. You know what? Let's change the subject from women. Why don't you tell me about the lodge?
I don't take your meaning.
Okay.
Say fuck. Yuck.
Yuck.
I don't take your meaning.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, well, tell me about your Tucker.
Heck of an automobile, isn't she? Damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time. But if I didn't, those stupid kids might scratch her up playing ball.
Then put it in your goddamn garage.
Can I take a look at it?
Don't see why not, but don't touch her. I'm mighty particular about my Tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night and get some sleep.
I'm sure she's safe enough inside.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had to gripe like hell before the sheriff agreed to start the evening patrols and instigate the curfew.
Okay.
Curfews, patrols, my God.
I know, right?
I don't take your meaning.
Do you want to ask him about Stephanie, or are you done?
I want to take a brick and throw it through this motherfucking car window shield.
Do you want to ask about Stephanie?
I guess.
All right.
Speaking of Stephanie, I still haven't gotten an invitation to the wedding yet.
Well, yes, sir,
I
there
don't
will be
have
kids there, and you're not
anything to do
allowed
with
within
that.
100 feet of them.
That's okay. Personally, I'd prefer a pass to the honeymoon.
That fucking face!
You could use the back seat of my Tucker for the maiden voyage. It's plenty big. Believe you me. I'd drive you around,
Kayla took the headphones off
and I
me.
wouldn't
We're
look in the
almost done
back
with this
seat.
guy.
I guarantee it. Though if you'd like to come up front and take the wheel a while,
Nope.
I
Nope.
wouldn't say
Nope.
nay.
Okay, well, bye. We're done.
Bye now.
Bye.
We're done. We're done. We're done talking to
This
you.
is exactly why those websites that point out which house has a pedophile in it was created.
You know what? We need to cleanse our palate, I think.
Please.
And I think a good way to do that is let's go visit the missile base.
Please, we had wasps, we had perverts. I don't know how much more I can handle. There's only so much my Captain Marvel blanket can do for me.
Let's go to the missile base. Also, let's real quick save.
I'm sorry, what?
Whee!
I hate you. What the fuck?
This base is well stocked with missiles.
I would hope so.
These aircraft appear to be well maintained. There's a plane. Oddly enough, this guard booth is the only building on the base. Hello?
Oh, who goes there?
Someone with legs.
Tell me my name is Steve.
All right. This is Section 21. Keep your distance, son. I wouldn't want to have to blow your head off.
That makes two of us.
So you're the amnesiac, huh? Just another draft-dodging ploy the way I see it. But at least you're not an alien. You see their ships every now and then. Sometimes Swell bags one in the woods.
Who are you?
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation, keeping America safe from those who would dye a flag red, white, and pink.
These are nuclear missiles?
Nuclear
Goddamn
missiles,
right they
Steve.
are. Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies. All I gotta do is hit the button and blammo! The price of vodka goes through the roof. Along with the vodka.
Well, I suppose you have, you know, safeguards against accidents?
Safeguards? Don't be such a weak sister. There are no safeguards. This is the 50s.
Then you have sole control of the, missiles.
That's right. Been in charge here since WW2, when I got my lower torso shot off in the war.
You still have your torso,
Those
sir.
pennyweights in Washington wanted to stick me behind a desk.
lower
To hell
torso.
with that. They owed me. I left my legs in Dusseldorf. They owed me. Of course, they felt that after the trauma of having to crawl from Germany to England trailing my intestines behind me, I was too emotionally unstable to continue in the military.
You didn't.
That's
you
why
didn't
they
do
gave me
that?
this nice
There's
cushy
no
job
possible way you could have done that.
and put me in charge of the nuclear
He totally
missile.
did it.
No, he didn't.
Listen.
He didn't.
Listen. What about this button you got? Tell me about that.
We are going through 6 different conversations from one sentence from this guy. I am getting just... Why?
Does this not seem like... This is the guy you want in sole control of your nuclear missiles. This is the guy.
We've had worse.
He is the man on the wall.
We have had worse.
Yeah, I know. Remember how, guys, whenever this, like, the idea of this unstable, crazy, paranoid guy was having control over nuclear missiles was, like, this strange concept, but we were just
Remember
like,
when
oh,
it was
well,
a
at least,
joke?
yeah, at least that could never happen. Haha, what a funny joke.
And now here we are.
Yep.
In the worst time.
Can he even reach the button? Hold on, Layla. I'm glad you brought that up, Layla. Let's ask him about the button.
Why are you asking about the button, son?
I'm just a little nervous about
Is that what you call the remains of your
suppose
penis?
an accident happens.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, mister. The button is perfectly safe. I keep it on my person all
Oh my god, I was kidding.
I know, right?
No commie bastard is getting his mitts on this button. No siree, Bob. No one initiates a nuclear holocaust in Harvest except me. Now, doesn't that make you feel better?
Don't you feel better?
I feel like the tagline for this game, one title for one of our streams, should be I was fucking kidding.
Let's talk about the nuclear holocaust.
Why not?
Son, when you've had your body shot in half, you know a thing or two about fear. You learn that when something actually happens, it's never as bad as you imagine it would be.
I feel like nuclear holocaust would be pretty
Oh,
bad,
sure,
though.
I can't write my name in the snow. I had to shell out a few simoleons for portable IV drips, colostomy bags, and so on. The pain is hardly what I'd call constant. I have my good days when I pass out completely. We're never asked to endure more than we're capable of handling, mister. Folks would die in a nuclear holocaust, but nobody would die who wasn't going to die anyway, sooner or later.
How do you feel about
The rest of us?
COVID?
Why, we'd take a little R&R at the old radiation bunker, climb out in 2 weeks, and go back to work, refreshed and ready to contribute as productive members of society again.
That's not how
Makes
that
me wonder
works.
why I don't just push the button and take me a nice vacation. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't?
It's not your orders?
It would be nice, Colonel, but we've all got to follow orders.
You're right, soldier.
I was fucking kidding.
Sometimes the intense pain clouds my mind. The kookaburras start whispering to me about the
See you, matey.
pretty mangoes in the high trees, and I know they can see me. They see all of us. Can't you hear them? Chattering with the llamas behind our backs? They want our cornflakes, but they won't take the milk!
Sir!
Why don't you tell me about the kookaburras?
Have you lost your mind? You think you can toy with me just because I have no lower torso, you damn kid, you? Or maybe you're one of those commie bastards.
Maybe I
You know,
am.
maybe I'm gonna walk away from this conversation because I'm the one of us that has legs.
I just walk away. But maybe I am the commie bastard.
Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now?
You have orders to follow?
No, he can't shoot me. I'm an American. I have rights.
I deleted Twitter because
Rights,
we
huh?
have rights.
Your average commie bastard is always only too ready to hide behind the Constitution. Real Americans waive their rights for the common good. Would you?
This is too fucking real and I am not okay with this.
Hell no, I refuse to surrender my rights.
Spoken like a true pinko.
I'm sorry.
Well, we caused nuclear holocaust, everybody. Well, we killed everyone.
No, I don't accept that, sir.
Anyway, let's skip past all that. Nuclear missiles and all that stuff. Got your legs blown off. Why don't you tell me about the aliens?
Aside from your commie bastard, your alien from another planet is the greatest threat to our democratic way of life.
So good ending? Yes.
Did you know that 90%
This is the
of
best ending.
sightings occur within the area of military installations?
Interesting how that
Well,
works.
I shoot at them whenever I see their ships fly over. But my bullets ping harmlessly off of their hulls.
Then why
I
try?
suspect those things operate out of the lodge, but just try to convince anyone in Harvest of that.
Oh, you think the aliens
I
have
tell you,
ties to the
son,
lodge?
A nuclear
Why
holocaust
not?
would be preferable
Why not
to
at
a
this
takeover
point?
by big-headed aliens from Pluto.
I don't know. I, for one, welcome
Yes.
our new Plutonian
I'll
overlords.
be making that call. when
I
the
mean, I do
time
miss
comes.
Pluto as a planet.
Yeah. Man, this game came out whenever Pluto was still a planet.
That's how old it is.
When was
Harvest
that
is a fine town, steeped in traditional American values. But that lodge, well, it makes me suspicious, don't mind saying.
This is like the first
What
other
doesn't
person
make
that
you
we've met.
Fingers into
Well, this is the only other
everything
person
around here.
besides Stephanie who's like
Like a
suspicious of the
certain
lodge.
red commie bastard menace, which shall be nameless.
Then I'll be sure to stay away from the lodge.
You read me wrong, mister. I think you should join the lodge.
You son of a
infiltrate
bitch! We trusted you, Colonel!
red sympathizers. Your report could affect
It
my
seems
decision.
more like it's on us
What
for
I've
being
got to
willing
do.
to trust him.
Yeah. Alright.
No.
Hey, wanna fuck?
I don't follow.
Of course you don't.
You can't follow. Torse.
You
say before you came to Harvest your lower torso was shot off in the war?
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was dark, the rain wet. Plastique I was supposed to rig the bridge with, precariously sandwiched between my knees as I crawled in the muddy mud.
The muddy mud. What great
I
writing.
see the Jerry aim with me with his machine gun until half of me was flying through the air. With a quick spray of bullets in a straight line, it shot my body clean in two. My lower body landed at that Jerry's feet. I can still hear him laughing as I started crawling in the general direction of England, calling behind me in broken English, "Mein Freund, where is your legs? Looky, what have we here? Some legs? Hey, did they never lose some legs?"
It's a pretty good impression, not gonna lie. T, let us know how that
Yeah,
impression
T, was that offensive?
Crowd doing the can-can with my legs. Still a few weeks later, with only my compass and a pair of nylons, I made it back to safety. Now the Krauts are our friends and the commie bastards are our enemies. But even so, there's at least one crowd out there that I'll never invite over to Sunday dinner.
Tea party?
I mean, it sounds like you might still have your legs, dude. Invite him over to Sunday dinner.
I mean, with how long it's been, how well kept are those legs?
Remember, duck and cover.
I would totally put... I mean, if he's got a buddy like Moynihan, he's probably got a big enough jar of formaldehyde.
Okay, but you take them out to do the can-can, they're not gonna do it very long.
Alright, well, let's just leave that guy alone. How about we go by the general store?
Sure, let's rob a place.
Wow, you just immediately jumped to we must be robbing the place.
Okay. There is a lady with a wasp house. There is a guy who has been giving out rooms to homeless people just so he can turn them into little playthings in his fucking mortuary. And we dealt with the neighborhood pedophile. Okay, why is robbing a store not? Why is that the biggest thing that makes you go, wow, okay, look, wow, you're really jumping the gun on this. You're really jumping the gun on fucking Harvester.
The gun's too big to jump when it comes to Harvester?
Yes.
A tired air conditioner wheezes in the unseasonal heat. Bake sale this Friday in the school gym. Yum! Creamed asparagus tips, 2 for 49 cents. Ugh. Gross. The neon letters drawn relentlessly, eternally frozen at 4:05.
Is that the time the bombs dropped?
Tape and broken glass. Obviously professional break-in. So somebody already beat us to it, I guess. He's too busy working to notice you. Notice me, senpai! A phallic symbol thrusting boldly upward from the concrete, ever ready to spew forth.
Yeah. Okay, first off, fuck you in your writing. Second off, even though the programmer shit the bed with the 2 years of development, he still got it done before Yandere Simulator.
This is true. Free copies made here. Oh, I can make copies of things? Why don't we make some copies?
I'd ask you to copy my Will to Live, but that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Aw, we can't use the ledger. That's bullshit. Empty barrels that smell like pickles.
Is there pickle juice in there? I want to drink it.
Dead roaches and bits of arid grit coat the water cooler's bone-dry reservoir. An old 16mm projector with Geen Memorial stenciled on it.
Ed Gein? Because if that's true, I'm gonna have some questions.
Yeah, actually, that's legit. The school here is called Geen Memorial. I genuinely was wondering if you'd catch the reference.
It's a serial killer! You know the shit I watch. Of course I was gonna catch it.
An empty meat box. A shoddy old TV missing the VHF knob.
Oh god, is this Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No.
Okay.
Let's talk to
Can I
Mrs.
help you,
Phelps.
dear?
Who are you?
This is Phelps General Store, so who would that make me? Maybe you need to go back to Geen Memorial and have Miss Whaley teach you about logic.
Miss Whaley, is she a big woman?
My memory's gone.
Shaw, you always were a kidder, Steve.
Take a shot!
Serious, I need some help.
Well, they say a sharp blow to the head is a good thing for amnesia. In which case, I'd recommend Miss Whaley again. Then again, they say a good scare can jog the memory.
She's actually been more helpful than anybody
I'd
else.
advise you to visit the sergeant at arms over at the lodge. That man gives me the willies. Speaking of willies, how's your father?
What a great segue!
My so-called mother keeps him locked in his room. I can't get in.
Care to buy anything today?
Let's just change the topic. Yeah, sure.
Just point to whatever you want. I'm a little hard of hearing.
What?
What?
Hello, Steve. Care to buy anything today?
I can only... Alright.
Just point to...
Alright. Shelf contains a variety of odd items for sale. Let's see what we got here. There's an adult magazine. And a wrench. Some tape. Some coffee cans. A cow is bleeding a robust coffee on these Harvest Blend coffee can labels.
That's not how coffee works.
Soup cans. Cans of soup. Or possibly rat poison?
Also, yes.
Black electrical tape. You must pay Mrs. Phelps before you can buy anything. Slightly used wrench. An adult magazine for 25 cents. Hey! I got 25 cents!
But internet porn is for free.
We don't have the internet. This is the 50s.
But you can go out into the woods and find an old log and there will be porn stashed in there.
The only thing a quarter will buy you is an adult magazine. Yeah, but...
A girly magazine? Why, Steve, I'm surprised at you.
Look, I love these faces.
But never from you. He's always coming in here oogling the girly magazines behind my counter. Darned if I'd sell him one, though. I know his wife, for heaven's sakes.
Well, will you sell me one?
I certainly will, Steve. That kind of interest is healthy for a young fellow. Steers him away from being a fireman.
What?
Okay, I guess I already got the magazine. Alright, cool. Thanks. I love how she was like, I'm surprised at you, a girly magazine? Well, will you sign one? Oh, of course I will. It's the best thing for you. Oh yeah, sorry. There is gonna be some homophobia in this game, guys. Sorry about that.
Happy Pride Month!
Happy Pride Month!
Okay.
I can't do anything with it. Alright. Let's just hang on to this girly magazine. Let's go to the post office next. They said we needed to fill out an application.
Yeah, for the lodge.
Actually, no. I want to go to the barbershop first.
Okay.
Let's meet some more characters, shall we?
I am scared.
At Pastorelli's Barbershop.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, it did intend to
Jesus.
have all these offensive, like, mindset, but, you know, you can tell the people of Harvest are not good people. Like, you know, you're not supposed to, like, think that they're great or anything. So, it is a little heavy-handed with the symbolism, but the symbolism is there. Mr. Pastorelli doesn't respond, not understanding English.
Girly magazine.
Except for its occasional hairball cough, it's hard to tell if the sheep is alive or not. It takes a true sportsman to hunt down those dangerous cows. Sculpture made of solidified mousse and sticky hairspray, this lovely mannequin is a work of art.
No, it isn't.
It's a picture of Mr. Pastorelli as a young buck. Colonel Buster Moreau flipping the bird from his B-17 cockpit. Clem Parsons took this rare photograph of an extraterrestrial. Picture of young Mr. Pastorelli, spaghetti on his mouth and all.
Italians!
An unfortunate extraterrestrial who journeyed hundreds of light years to wind up mounted on a barber's wall. Jim Bob, who was the high school star pitcher 20 years ago, hangs his aging leather jacket here when he comes in for a trim. How do you know that? A fancy barber's pole secured to the wall with straight slot screws. Yeah, fun fact, Mr. Pastorelli was originally meant to talk to you, but he would only talk in Italian. And they cut that because it would spoil the game for anybody who spoke Italian. Hey, Mr. Pastorelli! Look at this adult magazine! Okay, never mind. Let's talk to
Howdy,
Mr.
Steve.
Swell.
Howdy back, Mr.
Pete Swell, Steve. Don't you pull my old leg now. Change your mind about that aluminum siding?
What are you talking about?
I really think you should talk your father into buying some. He can afford it. And I can't stress enough the value of some really fine aluminum siding. Keeps it warm in the summer, cool in the winter, and it keeps out the sheep. Pastorelli ought to look into some, but I can't get him to understand a word I say.
Okay, you work on houses. Is aluminum siding any good?
I mean, aluminum siding is what they had back in the 50s, but nowadays they use vinyl siding.
Okay.
I would not recommend aluminum siding.
Steve.
How's
Siding
Pete?
can't
Pete
get a
Swell.
fair shake anymore.
Yeah.
Started when those firemen came to harvest, filling people's heads with newfangled notions like color coordination and interior design. You can paint aluminum, you know, if you want to. But even so, I can't seem to move it anymore. Not even to a rube like Pastorelli. Thank God for the plumbing.
So he's not only the siding man, he's also the plumbing man.
I mean, jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Pastorelli's a rube from way back. Ask Clem Parsons how he followed up with the alarm system in here. I'm a plumber. I could fix it for him, but he just won't listen.
Maybe you should just fix it.
Well,
Tell me about plumbing.
I seen the end coming for the aluminum
Your eyes are so
siding
weird
game,
and it
so
puts
I
me
took
off.
a nail course and learned how to be a plumber. Now, there's a business that never lets up. You'd be surprised what people flush down the toilet.
He's entirely correct.
I was about
I'm
to
gonna be
say,
honest
that
with
is
you. Yeah.
very much correct.
If you want legitimate, steady work for the rest of your life, I'm not even joking, guys, be a plumber.
You can charge however much you want.
Honestly, yeah, you can kind
And
of
you
charge
get
out the ass.
and you get so many
Nice to see
stories.
you again,
Yeah.
Steve.
I mean,
I'm not even a full-time plumber, and I've got some fucking stories. Hey, you're a plumber. Look at these tampons.
Yeah, I see it. So what?
Okay. Well, how about a girly magazine?
Yeah, I see it. So what? Think about taking some of that siding off my hands, son. I'll cut you a nice price on it.
I wonder if he's got anything to say about the lodge.
Stop funning around now.
fuck.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah. How about fuck?
Stop funning around now.
Okay.
Well,
jeez,
I'm trying to
dude.
fun around,
Nice
but
to
you're
see
not
you again,
taking my
Steve.
meaning.
Hello there, youngster. You say them aliens I was telling you about? Well, they came
I'm
back.
horribly offended by this.
I was about to say, I know people
How
like
come
this,
I
and I'm
never
not
seen
okay
none
with
of
that.
them saucers, Clem?
Them aliens is wily, Pete. You don't cross the intergalactic void without learning a trick or two. You know what Pastorelli did? Yesterday, he gets an alarm system to protect his pole. Only he don't know how to rig it, so now it's all awry.
You do not know the word awry, sir.
Tell me about Mr. Pastorelli's pole.
Why, that barber's pole of his is his pride and joy. Brought it all the way over from Italy, wrapped all special-like.
It's a very nice pole.
Nothing but colored glass with some bulbs stuck up in it. But he thinks it's the be-all, end-all. Installed that alarm system just to protect it. Though who in tarnation would want to steal a worthless piece of junk like that? I don't know.
I don't know,
Maybe
dude. If it doesn't have an
Clem.
alarm, I've seen people steal so
Oh,
much shit.
Pete,
I know,
don't be
right?
ignorant. Them aliens don't give a fig for no colored glass. You think if they can build spaceships, they can't make a dadgum barber pole? Crazy hick, don't know nothing about science.
Hey, he's a plumber. He probably knows a little bit more than you do, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Tell me about the alarm system.
Pastorelli shelled out for an alarm system, all right, but he's too cheap to hire an electrician to hook her up. Dang idiot cross-wired it to the fire sprinkler, so now when the alarm goes off, it sets
How
the
did you even do that?
Darnation! Aliens looking for
I've seen
intelligent
weirder.
life ought to stay away from this shop, sure enough.
You know what? If he was smart enough to turn off the power before he started messing with the wires, then he's still better than some electricians we know.
Yeah. Tell about them there aliens, Clem.
Well, son, the ways of the alien is a specialized area of woodcraft unknown to all but the wiliest sportsmen. What you gotta remember is, your average alien is smarter than your average human. So you gotta be extra careful building your blind if you want to bag one.
You hunt aliens.
Son, after nailing an alien, you can never...
After nailing an alien.
What, you think you can get
Pretty
one
sure
of
I've
those
watched
at
that
a
porno.
swap meet?
I'm pretty sure I could actually get an alien head at a swap
Line
meet.
your blind with lead to
Yeah.
fuel their sensing machines.
Go to the
Let
cattle
loose
sale.
Mm-hmm. I could probably find one.
Preferably in the woods around the
I've
nuclear
found
base.
weirder
Oh,
shit
they
at the
love
cattle
messing
sale.
around out there.
Why not wait outside your field, Clem? Wait for 'em to come a cargo.
That's actually a
Only
good
do
thought.
the crop doodles with zap guns, you darn fool. Don't you know nothing? Besides, ain't no place to put the blind out in the field.
There's no place to put the
Listen to
field
Clem
near the
Parsons. You want to tag an
What?
unearthly being.
There's no place to put the blind near the
boy,
missile base.
Wondering what lies beyond, all the time not knowing that what awaits them is buckshot.
You know, if they're smart enough to be able to go across the galaxy in a flying ship, you think they would be able to have some sense of preservation to, you know, maybe have some protection against fucking buckshot.
It's like in Scary Movie 3. They mastered spaceflight, but they can't get through a wooden door?
You made Charlie Sheen right about something.
Pastorelli's a funny sort. Foreigner, don't you know? He cuts hair pretty good, but he don't know spit about nothing else. You just ask him to hook up an alarm system if you need convincing.
You're awful rude to this guy who, like, handles your hair.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Danged if I follow you, Steve.
You know
You can
exactly
follow me
what
into a fuck.
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Danged if I follow you, Steve.
Okay.
I love how this whole stream is just evolving into
Let's say fuck to everybody.
Let's say fuck to everybody, and also Bert and Kayla give stories of their own shit that they've dealt with.
Oh, that ain't so much.
Okay, he is not impressed. I guess once you nailed an alien, you can't go back to human folk.
Oh, that ain't so much.
Alright, well, bye. Nice talking to you guys.
We actually know people who use the phrase "that ain't so much."
Yeah. You want to go to the lodge? That they keep on directing us to?
Why the fuck not at this point?
Alright, let's go check out the lodge.
Of course! I don't know what else I expected whenever you suggested we go to the lodge, and I'm still surprised!
So another Easter egg I want to share with you guys. The guy playing as Steve was actually, his voice was dubbed over by another voice actor. So they Darth Vadered Steve. He's got a body actor and a voice actor. And the voice actor for Steve is the voice actor for the Sergeant at Arms.
So we're just gonna hear the same person talking back and forth to themselves.
Watch this.
Only initiates may enter the Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Did you say something?
Kayla's broken.
But my mind touched yours.
Telepathy.
Dr. Claw! I'll look at you next time, Gadget! Next time!
Do you hunger for true knowledge?
Or do you hunker for this sausage roll? It's very delicious, actually. Yeah, sure, I'd like to join the lodge. Why not?
Are always obstacles to the path. You must first fill out an application to be considered for initiation into the mysteries.
Paperwork? Why should I fill out a stupid
You must
form?
fill out the paperwork! You must fill out the whole paperwork for we!
You must make sure to fill out the paperwork, and also to fill it out in triplicate.
We only allow the most studious members into our lodge.
And use correct grammar. I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Next time!
I can't do the voice.
That's why I went in the total opposite direction, because I can do that voice for a while.
Good idea.
Members of the Order are privy to many hidden truths.
Like why we need an application?
They know what the trees whisper to the wind to make it howl. They know what the world knows as it squirms in a rotting leg. They know what you've forgotten.
You're talking about my amnesia, aren't you?
When you find the path, truth will be revealed to you. When you possess the truth, you will know what you knew. And if anything remains forgotten, then it was never worth the knowing.
What?
Have you obtained an application from the postmaster?
Not yet.
If you would find knowledge, you must seek it from the first realization of the wanting.
I can't ask him if he wants to fuck.
We must speak in... we must speak in riddles.
Speak in riddles, we must.
We must speak in riddles to put off the non-members. On our application form, you must answer 5 riddles. Any smart-ass answers will get you automatic acceptance into the lodge.
I don't give a damn. I've had it with this screwed up town.
Harvest seems strange to you. Nothing is quite as it seems, or should be. Such is the way of all things when viewed from the proper perspective. Only within this lodge can the truth be found.
All hail the lodge!
Hey, you wanna see my adult magazine?
I've told you what you must do. Until you've proven yourself, I have nothing more to say.
None of you people are any fun.
We are legally obligated not to speak to you until you fill out the application, and we have a copy of your driver's license!
Dun dun dun! Alright, well, we go to the meat plant. This is where our dad works. Let's check that out.
Okay.
Chat, I'm sorry.
Triggering.
Yeah. Hello, kitties. I wonder what the meat's made out of. That used to be a kitty cat.
Steve, how's your father? Is he better?
About the same, I guess.
He's been away
Hey,
from
Reaper.
work for weeks, and when I call your house, your mother won't let me talk to him.
I haven't seen him either.
This is a fine kettle of fish, I must say. Though I am glad to see you taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
God, what an Irish name.
Why don't you tell me about the family business?
I've come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach. A lot of times when
You
I'm
will be
finished
a butcher
scrubbing up
like
and
your
digging the
father
bits
and
of
his
intestine
father
out from my
before
fingernails,
him.
I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher.
Boy, Reddit must hate this game.
Of course, amnesia would certainly help that, wouldn't it?
Amnesia, Reddit hates everything.
True.
Talk about Dad's illness,
What
shall we?
exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Steve. You should be thinking about running the family business one day. That, getting into the lodge.
Always with this goddamn lodge!
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Take a shot!
Somehow that's beginning to sound like a stock answer. Like it was coached.
Interesting. Steve
Sure,
seems to
acting
have
like a
some
kid or something.
self-awareness.
With your dad ill, you're gonna
Someone
need
needs
to
to.
start behaving like an adult. Especially if you're gonna take over the family business.
Come to think of it, I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Does it matter? The end
Yes.
product is
It
all the
very much
customer cares
matters.
about, Steve. And we only carry the finest meat, only the juiciest cuts. Once you take over the
I'm gonna
business,
go hug
you'll
Shadow after
realize
this.
the importance of maintaining quality while cutting costs. We know what we're doing here, Steve. If we didn't, would the lodge use us to cater their affairs?
You know, Upton Sinclair wrote a whole book about this.
Yeah. I'm sure it's good. Hey, can I have some meat to take home?
Your father's very particular about the profit, Steve. No freebies for anyone. But seeing how you're his son, if you'll bring written permission from your father, I'll give you the meat.
Well, you've officially been more useful than pretty much anybody else, so, you know.
There are certain tricks of the trade, Steve. Once your dad gets better and you start working in here cutting up the meat, you'll be privy to them. There's always cheaper, better ways to do things, if you're creative.
Huh.
I'm done.
Huh.
Fuck.
The Order of the Harvest Moon sponsors a weenie roast on the lodge grounds every summer, which we cater, though they tend to get their meat elsewhere the rest of the year.
I wonder why.
Heck, the best way to find out is to sign up with them. They're a great organization, Steve. They do wonderful work, just like us butchers. They do what needs to be done and expect nothing in return.
You expect money in
how do
return
they
for your
Yeah, I was
service?
about to say.
Membership dues?
From what I hear, the work is its own reward.
How did they build that giant fucking... See, this is the shit that gave us this exposure nonsense.
Yep.
Is that giant fucking lodge building made of exposure?
Yes.
Fuck!
Don't read you, Steve.
Of course you don't.
Don't be such a stranger, Steve. And my best to your dad.
And give...
You want some
I don't
tampons?
get it.
It plugs up the meat. Keeps from bleeding out so much.
You want to see this magazine?
I don't get it.
You know, there is one thing to be said about this slaughterhouse.
What?
It has better effects than the movie Cats.
That is true. All right, we're leaving the slaughterhouse, guys.
Thank God.
Let's go to the school.
Fuck, I want.
I'm sure.
I want a hot dog now.
I'm sure that there's some really nice stuff going on at the school. Let's go check it out. Geen Memorial.
Ed Gein.
Mm-hmm. Oh look, it's that harvest symbol again.
Of course there is.
Looks like the bake sale will be held here.
God, what a shitty banner.
The drinking fountain doesn't work. The lockers are riddled with inexplicable stains and dents.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A glass-protected fire alarm. A bulletin board riddled with staples.
Steve, good of you to drop by, big guy. Haven't seen you since graduation. A lot of changes, I hear.
You could say that.
Good, good. That's a nice part of my job. Turning fine young men and women out into the world, and then watching them prosper. Of course, I was able to reach more people at the old Sentinel, God bless her. But then again, I never got to see the results of my work up close before.
Who are you?
You know very well I'm Mr. Harold, principal of Geen Memorial. Steve, I've heard about this amnesia nonsense. I had hoped you'd be in the lodge by now, fine young fellow like yourself. But now, I think maybe you need a little more quality time.
I'm scared.
You probably should be. The Sentinel?
Boy, I sure miss the old newspaper. The sheriff never did investigate that fire properly. Call it a newspaper man's instinct, though I can't imagine why Sheriff Dwayne would cover up anything. I mean, the only ones who stood to profit from the newspaper going out of business was the owner of the TV station, and Mr. McKnight had an airtight alibi. Still, if not for the fire, I never would have wound up as principal of Geen Memorial.
So he used to be the newspaper guy, and then the fire happened and burned down the Sentinel where he worked, so he went on to be a principal?
That's not how that works.
That's totally how that works. Let's tell me about Geen Memorial.
Sounds like a cemetery or a hospital, not a school.
This institution was named for a great man, whose first name escapes me. He epitomized the great potential within us all, big guy. I hear there's an honorary plaque commemorating him within the lodge.
Maybe it's a different Geen.
It's not.
More about this fucking lodge, guys.
Big guy, borrowing some quality time. The greatest gift I can bestow upon you as your former principal is a word of advice. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon at any cost. Within the lodge lies your future, and without dust.
That's still more helpful advice than I've ever gotten from any principal.
Yeah. So you're the principal here, huh?
Surely mine is the most important position in Harvest.
You keep telling yourself that, but
The ability
yeah.
to mold young minds. That's power. You might think Sheriff Dwayne's the most important man here, big guy. But he only deals with my failures. When I do my job right, the sheriff never sees a thing.
I get the feeling Ed Gein also said that at some point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Big guy?
Why do you keep calling me big guy?
A sign of respect, lad. As principal, my station is higher than yours now. But you never know what the future holds, so you should always hedge your bets.
I'm gonna start calling everybody big
And
guy.
contribute to your inferiors. You never know who will come to power, or who, even now, wields it behind the scenes. For all I know, you might already be a member of the Order, with access to the lodge. If that were the case, you'd be my superior, and I'd be all that much better off having shown you respect and spent some quality time with you.
Please, no.
Oddly, that kind of was genuinely pretty good advice. Aside from the quality time bit. Let's talk about quality time.
What do you mean, quality time?
Some, like Miss Whaley, favor stern discipline, corporal punishment, as a means of socialization. Myself, I temper discipline with love.
Have you got a NAMBLA card in your back pocket? Or are you just happy to see me?
After just a few sessions, you'd stop this amnesia nonsense and become a productive member of society. And a fit candidate for the lodge.
Huh. Hey. I'm kind of scared to ask, but...
Fuck.
Oops, you just lost me.
Oh, thank God. What happens if you ask him about love?
Adult education is a wonderful thing, as is adult quality time.
Okay, dude, I get it. You want to fuck me. Jeez. Everybody wants to bang Steve. Like, damn.
Well, what else are they working with?
His cock must be able to, like, raise the dead. Alright. Let's grab another save. Hey, you want to look at this adult magazine? Let's have some adult quality time, Principal.
Oops, you just lost me.
No, it's not the caps lock. Besides, I can't turn the caps lock off.
It was working before anyway. Like, you've asked other questions with caps lock on and they worked.
Okay. Anyway, so why don't we go into one of these classrooms and see what's going on?
Are we gonna see how you dig up a body and use its skin as a lampshade?
No. A rough sketch of the lodge. It's all about the lodge. A projector carefully engineered to sound good when played underwater.
What?
Even the paper cutouts look stunned and zombified. Oh, shit. I walked out.
Oh, thank God.
No, we're going back in. The children look stunned and zombified. Sounds about right. They are in school. Yeah. Let's talk to Miss Whaley.
My goodness, class, this is Stephen. He used to be a student here at Gein Memorial. Say hello, class.
Hello, class.
The educator's greatest problem today is the apathy of the students.
What's wrong with their
heads? I can tell you in one word, Stephen. Discipline. Thank goodness you weren't a sulky bear. You were always a smiley bear.
Then you remember me?
Not as such. So many pupils, Stephen. They come and they go. But I can always spot those who were nice boys. You can tell from the forehead. The lobes, right, class?
This is some eugenics bullshit.
I'm glad you stopped by, Stephen.
Yeah, that pops up a
Would you
lot
care
in
to
this
say
game.
A few words to the class about civic responsibility?
Not
Be gay, do crime.
I was
Yeah.
Oh, but you must.
Happy
Stephen.
Pride Month.
A positive role model might be just the thing to inspire these little monsters. Stephen, have you any questions for me? Or shall I continue with class?
Yeah, I do.
Ask away then.
Just interrupt everyone's learning time.
Yeah, fuck all you kids. Tell me about
It's on the
harvest.
taxpayers' money anyway.
Yeah. So you're into that corporal punishment thing, huh?
We don't practice corporal punishment here. I've never believed in that old adage, spare the rod and spoil the child. A rod is too thin, but a baseball bat...
I have known parents
that
like
bridges
this.
the generation gap quite nicely. Oh dear, Colonel Monroe is conducting another air raid drill. Everyone into the hallway, quick!
This is the thing they used to do in the 50s. They prepare for air raids by telling kids duck and cover.
Yep. It wouldn't actually do anything, but God did give the kids a sense of safety.
And it kept them quiet.
Yep.
If an A-bomb hits, what good is it gonna do to duck and cover?
It will do nothing, little Johnny.
Time for discipline. That drowned out that laughter real fast, didn't it,
My
Kayla?
stars, that was exciting.
I'm sorry, what?
So, harvest.
Can you tell me anything about harvest?
Can you tell me about what the fuck you just did, honey?
Order of the Harvest Moon about 100 years ago.
For what purpose?
Why, I'm sure you'd have to ask them. You'll find the members of the order at the lodge.
How about the
Miss Swan,
lodge?
What do you know about it?
The building itself, like Harvest, was constructed with a specific purpose in mind. That noble intent is known only to those within the order. You're at about the right age to join them, Stephen, and you will do so if you care about your future.
Oh God, this sounds like other teachers I've known. And yes, duck and cover does work if you're, say, in a bomb shelter.
We don't follow, do we, class?
Again, be gay, do
Stop
crime.
by anytime, Stephen.
That's why I could never be a teacher. That would just be on my board all day.
Hey, look at this girly magazine.
Show and tell is next week.
I'll make sure to come back next week in that case. Alright, bye everybody. I'm just gonna go now.
I'm gonna leave and never come back.
Oh no, we're coming back here.
Oh God damn it. I thought this was gonna be like my actual high school experience. I graduate, and then the second I graduate, I never go back there ever again.
Let's go to the TV station next. We'll
Yeah.
just go across the bottom way. Hello! Bunch of Indians here.
I'm sorry, what?
Too busy drinking and smoking, they ignore you.
WHA War. Ha. That's so fucking clever.
A silver Tucker with a yellow interior. Oh, that's another Tucker. Interesting. Anyway, pardon me, everybody. Hey, remember that cowboy show that Hank was watching?
Unfortunately.
Well, let's... Hold on, let's real quick, let's drop a save, and let's talk to... see, that's the star. A cartoon, a corny western backdrop, complete with a cardboard teepee.
You can build a better one out of blankets.
Odd, no one is operating the cameras. A fairly primitive form of mind control. Wait a minute. Okay. We had to get that out of the way. I had to succumb to the mind control for a brief moment. Alright, let's talk to Range Rider.
Stay tuned, buckaroos. There's more to come on Range Rider's Cowboy Roundup. So don't go away. And what's your name, hombre?
I do.
Steve's a swell name. My dog's name is Steve.
No
Would
one
you
names their
like
dog
my
Steve.
autograph, Steve?
Yeah, sure.
Here you go, then.
Thanks.
TV vibe.
Alright guys, so remember
Here's
whenever I
that
told you about how this game was created and written in almost direct response to the 1993 congressional hearings? Well, we're about to get into all that. Steve about to go full woke.
Violence? What about it?
Children watch your show. Don't you think this violence is bad for them?
Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores.
Can confirm.
Where would we be right now if the cowboys hadn't gone out west and butchered innocent people to steal their land? Answer me that, Mr. Know-It-All.
I
But
think
what about
Marvel
studies
probably
that
did
have
a
shown
comic
that
on
children
that.
become more violent when watching violence?
Buckaroo, I rip the guts out of godless heathen engines.
Uh.
Most kids don't see godless heathen engines on a regular basis, and if they do, they better either get their eyes checked or do like old Range Rider and shoot the bejesus out of them, lest they want to go untreated for psychotic hallucinations, or wind up with their scalps hanging from a buckskin belt. Oh, shit! Ow! Shit on a stickeroo! The parents that are griping about violence on TV are the same parents that go outside in the morning to fetch their papers, secure in the knowledge that they won't get an arrow through the noodle because the violence they hate so much done cleared the engines out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, civilization has benefited from violence. But should violence be treated as entertainment?
Yeah, we went
Check
in
my
that
rating,
direction,
son.
guys.
Violence is entertainment. I just put it on the air. If some kid watches, that says something about the kid, not me. Now, excuse me, we're going back on the air.
So I don't know if, like... I'm not sure if they just lost track of the point they were trying to make.
Oh god, I hope so.
Because these are not very good arguments.
No, these are very horrible
They
arguments.
just, like, strawman the shit out of the position that I would argue video
I
games should have
would
been
very
taken, which
much
is-
rather
yeah.
watch D. Snyder going up against Congress than ever hear that argument ever again.
Well, let's go explore the TV station. Picture of a gorgeous model signed with Kiss My Pineapple, Red Muffy.
Is that a euphemism?
Very poor reception. Strange since the broadcast originates from here. So guys, remember how we have an idiot for a president? Either McKnight loves to recall his sales days or his insurance salesman, or he can't keep his employees happy. Empty cubicle, huh?
I know the answer to that one right now.
Yeah, I know, Mr.
McKnight. I own and operate this station.
Look, it's Donald
Have you
Trump!
some news for tonight's broadcast, or...
I've lost my memory. That's news.
The hell it is. You always were a kidder, Steve.
Take a shot!
Any real news to tell me?
Actually, I was just wanting to know more about the TV station.
Hey, WHAR is the only television station in Harvest. Since the old Sentinel went under, what with the newspaper building burning down and all, we're golden. Nobody competes with us, sport.
You and your partners must... what an odd coincidence.
Yeah.
Hey now, sport, that's an irresponsible allegation.
It's not an
I had nothing to
allegation,
do
it's
with
an
that fire.
observation.
Just because WHAR may have benefited from it and I danced on the ashes a little, doesn't mean I torched the place. You can ask Sheriff Dwayne if you have any doubts.
You seem awfully touchy on the subject, sport.
I'm touchy when people try to muscle
My
their way
quaff
into my
shall
business.
go against your quaff
I'd
in a
appreciate
battle
it
of the
if you leave my
quaffs!
office and don't come back.
Alright, but I'm watching you. Not really, because I just turned my back, but, you know.
I have to turn my back on you.
That Mighty Boosh reference, though.
It's for free on Amazon Prime right now.
Alright, let's go to the newspaper building. What's left of the newspaper building after an extreme fire?
Not a normal fire, an extreme fire.
Mm-hmm.
It made a whole bunch of 90s references and skateboarded over the printing machines.
3 fire hydrants in the building still burned down? Interesting.
Suspect!
A shovel is sticking out of the building's ashes. Hey, we got our shovel! Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
At least the plumbing held up. Well, Pete Swell must be swell at his job.
Wait, what?
Oh yes, let us share the fun fact of Steve. So the body actor of Steve is a criminal. He was caught doing something. Would anyone... Okay, hold on, before I go any further. Anyone who knows, please don't answer. Would anyone like to guess what he did? Please share your thoughts in chat. Like I said, if you already know, don't say anything. Kayla, what do you think he did?
I don't know, insurance fraud?
Okay, so Kayla's going for insurance fraud. Reaper's going with pot. We'll just count that under drugs. We'll say drugs. Ninja Cat Smith says murder. Anyone else want to take a guess? Went around saying fuck to everybody. Sex crimes. Anybody else want to take a guess? Just give you another minute or two. Alright. I'm gonna go to the next location to give you guys a little bit of time to guess what he might have done. We'll go to the fire station. Assaulted a fellow actor. Ooh, that's an interesting guess. Alright, guys. He was caught with child pornography.
And there it is!
The body actor for Steve is a convicted sex offender.
Angel, you got it.
Yeah. Let's go to the fire station. Happened in early 2012, yeah. It was very recent. Hey, look at the fire department! Look at its beautiful pink fire truck.
Why is everything gotta be pink?
God damn it, that was my first thought, but I was like, nah, too easy. Somebody just hit a dog.
I heard that.
A fire truck with a lovely shade of pink.
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
Happy Pride, everybody! Happy Pride, y'all. I'm terribly sorry for what's about to happen.
Don't worry, you're gay. It's okay.
This is what the firemen do all day. I will say, this interior does look beautiful.
It does look gorgeous.
Saliva is foaming from his barking chops. An accident just waiting to happen. Picture of a phallic structure standing all in a row. Decorative oriental fans from the Ming Dynasty. Impressionistic landscape. Picture of a storybook fairy castle. A well-endowed nude man standing in the moonlight.
Well, I mean, what else do you keep in your living room?
The lights are too high up to reach. A photorealistic mural of a peaceful countryside. Why has the room not got one but two fireplaces? They're firemen.
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
Male model and some gentlemen painting him. Excellent.
Okay.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do. Stop it, you're messing me up.
Keep messing with him.
Stop it, you're messing me up.
Can't do anything else.
God damn it.
So this is Sparky. You ready to talk to Sparky?
I don't know. I'm probably
Hello,
not.
Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it. Oh, cut it out, Spots, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up.
Gotta give him a good piece of meat to shut him up.
There you go, Spot.
Sure, I'm glad we took time to, like, take a look at him licking his chops. I'm glad we set that out as a totally separate
Bet
thing.
You don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department.
Hey guys, do you get it? They're firemen. They're concerned with flame. Do you guys get it?
Gay people are flaming.
Where'd you hear about my memory loss?
Don't be silly. Everyone thinks that amnesia kick is a scream.
Well,
They
you always were a kidder, Steve. Take a
shot.
shot.
It's my job to keep abreast of developments in the community to better serve you, the public. I'm sure you'll be thrilled when you learn of the many civic improvements we have planned for your fire department.
Such as...
Well, don't tell any of the others, but I've secured a bolt of the most divine moth material. I've hidden it because, well, if any of these Marys got a hold of it, it'd be gone in a jiffy. So I'd rather keep it hush-hush. I'm going to make new drapes for the firehouse, and if I have any left, cross your fingers, I'm going to make everyone matching mauve pillow cozies.
Those are civic improvements.
That's the civic improvements.
That is not a butt.
We're talking about art.
That's not a butt.
Besides,
It's
we
not
haven't had a
butt.
fire in harvest since the newspaper building burned down. Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen. Isn't that right, Spots?
Again, really glad we cut over to the dog. Okay, real quick, let me just reassure you guys, we do not kill the dog in this game.
Why'd you have to specify the dog?
You'll see why. So, you just doing some art in the meantime?
Art enriches the community, Steve. No less than a pulsing fire hose or a fireman beating down a blazing door. So what if we're drawing a nude man?
But he's not nude.
All we ever draw is a nude man, or the same nude man over and over in all sorts of provocative positions. Context, not content. Process, not subject. Don't be so ghost, Steve. It's beneath you.
Yeah, Steve is like the epitome of like highbrow and progressive. Well, look at that man. You can tell. Like, just look at him. Like, look at that plaid and just the way he talks. Just that raw charisma. Just wow. I'm telling you guys. So tell me a little bit about the newspaper fire with the 3 fucking fire hydrants right next to it, and yet it still burned to the ground.
A dreadful affair. You wouldn't think that a brick and steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that quickly.
Okay, so something suspect happened with the
Newspaper building.
everything is pointing to that. Who gives a fuck?
Do you think it was arson?
Oh, please. Dwayne was glad enough to see the thing go up, and so was McKnight. If you could get into that safe in his wall... Forget it. Look, Steve, as far as I know, the fire was an accident. Let's just leave it at that.
Interesting.
Now don't you go moving.
So the Wasp Woman, her house is just an accident waiting to happen?
Burn it!
Some people think all we do is sit around, fetching examples of manhood for our
What happened
news.
outside?
Nothing could be further from the truth. Why, just the other day we cited Ted to a crumb for fire code violations. All the dried out paper wasp nests clustered around our wooden house. Why, it's a chem log just waiting for the right faggot. Believe me, none of us wants to
Happy
see
Pride,
another
everybody!
fiasco like the Sentinel fire.
I sooner believe Pavel Chekhov saying nuclear vessels than I believe anything this man says.
Yeah. So, why don't you tell me about the lodge?
Come again?
I think I just did.
Fuck.
I don't know!
Come again?
I was gonna say, that might take me up on that. Welcome back, Gomez. So, you want to see this adult magazine that I got?
Bye!
What's that got to do with me?
Fair enough. Fair enough. What about these tampons? You want to look at that?
What's that got to do with me?
Again, a fair point.
Alright. Well, bye.
Bye!
you guys enjoy your art. So some suspicious things surrounding that fire at the newspaper building. Why don't we go talk to the sheriff?
Okay, why fuck not at this point? Who cares?
Let's talk about the traffic. The cop ignores you, too busy writing a bug report. I get it. Kayla is giving me such a look right now. Stars and stripes forever.
I'm giving you that Akoya side eye.
Anyway, let's go in here and talk to the sheriff.
You are Bruce Banner stumbling in that fucking Hulkbuster suit, and I am staring you down, wondering why the fuck we got you and not the Scarlet Witch.
Alright then, well, you didn't have to be such a dick about it. The pot hisses at you from its perch. Map of Harvest. It's labeled Unsolved Arson, and it's full. Interesting.
Goddamn.
Unsolved Murders, and it's full. An empty file cabinet labeled Solved Cases. Great.
Okay, that one was pretty good.
Door's locked.
That's the evidence room, where we store items lifted from crime scenes.
It's kept locked at all times. There's things in there that could make people jump through hoops, if I wanted.
Okay, sir, I have a new, I have a new case for you. I need you to find where the fuck I asked for your opinion.
That door's locked. Hello. So, Deputy Loomis and Sheriff Dwayne. Dear God, if them ain't some names I was expecting from this game.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sheriff Dwayne, and this here is Loomis.
Pleasure, I reckon.
Then, we haven't met before?
Of course we have. But I heard about your alleged amnesia and figured I'd play along. I sure hope this is just a prank, and not the start of some insanity plea. Keep your nose clean, or you'll wind up in jail, and that's no place to hold a wedding.
Au contraire,
I
sir.
understand you witnessed Miss Whaley's dispensing a little discipline at the school, and she thinks you may be feeling a mite bent about it.
That woman cripples children.
You need to
The public education system does it enough.
I don't interfere in school discipline. I leave that to the professionals. And so should you. Heck, there isn't a psychiatrist around who'd disagree about what a calming influence a dent in the head can be. You can't argue with science, Steve. It's bigger than all of us.
Right.
Citation needed.
Yeah. Okay, amnesia.
And why do you want to break your poor mama's heart with all this amnesia bunk?
Because I don't like my
I'm
mom.
telling you the truth. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve.
Take a shot.
So everybody keeps telling me.
Boy, you need to stop all this funning and get serious. You've got a wedding coming up soon. Heck, you should be thinking about your career and about joining the lodge.
You know, I just realized I'm talking to a cop and you're a bastard. So fuck off.
Amnesia or no, you can't have forgotten you're about to marry the prettiest little thing in heart. I think you and Stephanie are perfect for each other. I just hope her father's disappointment doesn't spoil everything.
Disappointment?
Mr. Potsdam wants to hold the wedding in the lodge, but he'll never get in. Like all the rest, he's always hanging around the post office the first day of the month, waiting for Boyle to bring out that month's lodge applications. And there's always a long line, never enough applications to go around, and even if you do get an application, chances
There's only
are
like 50
you'll
people in this. Who's getting all the applications?
All the people who couldn't get in before.
Potsdam,
I guess so.
Well, they've turned him down so many times. Unless he does something radical, he'll never get in. Crime-wise, nothing much has happened in Harvest since the newspaper fire. Oh, sure. Every week or so, we get the odd transient dropping dead. But other than that, it gets pretty slow around here.
You don't think maybe that's worth investigating?
We get a lot of bums, drifters passing through Harvest. Those people are never very healthy to start with. I figure they come to our fair town, look around, and decide it's a nice place to die.
We genuinely get some people like that in our town.
Basis?
Like flies. I'd slap them all in jail if I could. But
What,
there's
for
never enough
dying?
room. Besides, they're pretty good about not sticking around long. Sure, it's a burden on Mr. Barnahan, though, having to bury them all. I only hope the PTA Lodge bake sale will help out along those lines.
How much money do you guys think bake sales make?
They don't make a lot.
Yeah, they barely make anything.
Well, that's a place you don't want to wind up, boy. We've got a 3 strikes and you're out rule here in Harvest.
Yeah, Clinton put
You
that
get
in.
arrested the 3rd time, you never get out of jail alive. So don't go committing any crimes, boy. Amnesia or no, I'll lock you up pronto.
Maybe I'm gonna run away because, unlike you, I can.
Yeah, what if I outrun you?
I don't mind telling you, I'd never get anything done if not for the Lodge's efforts. To join the Order of the Harvest Moon is the highest dream of everyone in Harvest.
Well, aim for the stars, guys. Aim for the stars. I'm not interested in a stupid lodge.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
When I was a boy, I wanted to join the lodge. I would have too when I grew up, except neither my teacher nor my clergyman helped me. A man can't realize his dreams without help. My failure to gain admission is the failure of all of Harvest, Steve, and don't you forget it.
Think
Boy,
pretty high and mighty
whether
of your
you know it
fucking
or
self,
not,
don't you?
You want to join the lodge, or you will soon enough, especially with the wedding coming up.
Why do I want
Amnesia.
Oh, okay.
Disappoint.
Skip all that. Yeah, I know.
There's
Mr. Potsdam wants to be in the thing.
Fuck.
Say what? Loomis here is my deputy.
There we go.
Without him, I'd have a hard time keeping the peace, or at least taking a lunch break. Mainly Loomis answers the phone and babysits the office while I'm out. Though sometimes he likes to go in the back and stain the jail mattress. Isn't that right, Loomis?
Oh, now, Sheriff, what you gotta go and say that for?
Loomis has more than his share of problems. I wouldn't invite him to the wedding. Or if you do,
Wow, that's harsh.
Make sure he doesn't catch the garter. That could be embarrassing.
Oh, great.
Oh, I wouldn't do nothing, Dwayne. But I sure would like a little garter that'd been around Stephanie's thigh. Oh, well, that'd be right special.
Gross.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Say what?
Newspaper.
Sure. You remember.
Here
The
we go.
Sentinel building burned down about 6 months ago.
That's what I'm telling you, Sheriff. I don't remember anything. Why won't you believe I have amnesia?
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve.
Take a shot.
The fireman said the fire was caused by arson. I never caught the perp, though.
But we found the gas can that was used. Yes, sirree, Bob. It's in the evidence room.
For all the good that does.
That's classified. Darn it.
How many times you gonna have to tell me to keep my mouth shut, I wonder? Sorry, boss.
You've got the gas can in the evidence room? Did you dust it for prints?
You've been watching too much TV, Steve. Heck, who can make out all those curvy lines anyhow?
People who do their goddamn
it's
jobs.
sitting in there gathering dust, clean as the day we found it. Just in case I ever need a spare gas can. That case is closed, Steve.
In case I need a spare gas can.
I am going to fucking kill this
Stop
man.
on by any time, Steve.
I went from being angry at the mortician, now I'm being angry with the lack of forensics done.
Anything I can help you
Let's
with?
talk to Deputy Loomis while you're good and mad. That coffee sure smells good.
Help yourself. Speaking of which, you're real lucky to be marrying Stephanie. She don't look like a good woman. I just hope she don't turn out like Mrs. Loomis. Or mercy forbid Mrs. Phelps. Good women can be awful hard on a man's needs, don't you know?
And a man's needs can be awful hard on a woman's knees, don't you know? Huh? Huh? Let's talk about a man's needs.
Why, you sure ought to appreciate what a man's got to do sometimes in a parked car or a waist-high knothole in a tree or jail cell at night.
Take your splinters, dude.
Matter of fact, Mrs. Phelps got no reason not to sell you some of them French postcard girly picture books. If you can get any, it's see clear to part with them. Bring them round when the sheriff's at lunch and I'd be obliged.
I know you wanted to play this game. I know you did, but God, I don't want to. I don't want to.
I just thought about that newspaper fire. You knew anything about it? News. Good lord.
Don't know what you mean,
Fuck.
kiddo.
I'm worried he'll take me up on the offer.
Don't know what you mean, kiddo.
Hey, you talk weird. Bye.
Anytime.
Well, I do have a girly magazine, but I can't give it to him while Sheriff Dwayne's sitting there, so...
Oh, wow, dude. Thanks for sticking around.
Tea Party, thank you very much for the 21 months. I don't know why you did that.
God only knows.
You always were a kidder bird coming close to 2 years because of that. I appreciate it. Alright. Let's go talk to Postmaster Boyle.
Okay.
A crushed paper cup with smudged lipstick on it. 41% off packing peanuts, assorted colors. Cool. An Old Glory flag.
As opposed to... what?
Looks like Mr. Pastorelli forgot to put out the paper for Jimmy.
Oh, it's a busted window. Nice. Hey, Sheriff, you gotta get on that?
Nope. A zip code map with Harvest dead center. Examine the woman. A blind woman is trying to read her mail. These mailboxes seem hardly used. 3 clocks, 3 times. Bake sale, bake sale!
Yes?
I need some help. Mr.
Postmaster Boyle, what can I do for you today?
I'd like a lodge application.
Sorry, youngster, we're out of applications right now.
Come on, you must have one around here somewhere.
Well, I do have the master, but you can't write on that. And I only make copies once a month, on the button, regular as clockwork.
Well, come on, it won't kill you to make one lousy copy.
It's not the effort, son. It's the principle.
It's the principle of the thing, Linda.
Oh, God.
Standards. They're all that stand between civilization and chaos.
There are plenty of
I'm
things
sorry,
that stand
you'll just
between
have to come
civilization and
back in a month,
chaos. That
same
is
as
not one of
anyone
them.
else. And even then, I can't guarantee you'll get an application. The line is always long, and there are never enough to go around.
It's very important that I get in quickly.
That's what they all say. Postmaster Boyle, I'll just die if I don't get into the lodge. I can't make an exception, young man. It just wouldn't be right.
Ah, you're useless!
Let me go make a copy of it then.
Don't mumble, son. Can't
Oh,
understand.
he didn't want to talk about the newspaper
Fuck.
stuff.
Don't mumble.
Oh, he asked him about the fire.
Don't mumble, son.
I cannot get anything out of him. What about the lodge? Got anything to say about that?
I certainly don't wish to discourage you from joining, young man. That's just what you should be striving for. But I can't break the rules for you. You keep trying. You'll get in eventually.
Let me go make the copies then. God.
Next time
No,
you
it's the
post,
principal.
Don't forget the zip code.
I'm gonna forget it every single time just to say fuck you, old man.
You're gonna say, fuck you, Postmaster Boyle, every time you forget. Okay. Let's start some investigation-mentations, okay?
Okay.
I think there might be something I can get at the police station. I mean, at the TV station. Let me double check. Aha! The wall safe. Requires a number combination before it can be accessed.
Just punch him and say, yo, fuckhead, give me that combination.
So let's see if maybe we can find a way to get the, to get that combination. First, we do have one more place we need to check out.
The diner?
Yes. Edna's Diner.
Okay.
Even from the ground, you can hear the sonorous buzz of the neon.
That's how neon works.
A 1955 Frag 100 with a real leather seat.
That shit's gonna get ruined in a heartbeat. If the sun's not cracking it, you're leaving it out in the rain, it's just gonna, nothing's gonna work.
Hi, what's your name?
Karen,
Oh, you're a bitch.
playing. My mom is working, so I gotta stay out of her hair. Wanna play?
Not now, maybe later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Got an unlocked drawer over here. With a straight slot screwdriver. This town is a bit screwy.
Take it.
Yeah.
Hello
Hey,
there,
Sheriff Dwayne.
Steve. Here for lunch?
No, just here looking around. Though I'm not entirely sure where here is.
Oh, I forgot. You're playing your little amnesia prank. Well, boy, this is DNA's Diner. Isn't that right, Edna?
Don't listen to Sheriff Dwayne. This is Edna's diner. But ever since the E burned out on the sign, they've been giving me a hard time.
And get
Now,
it
don't
fixed.
be like that, Edna. It's a great place to eat, which is good.
Who's gonna fix
since
it?
It's the only place to eat in Harvest.
Well, apparently not the barber.
Stop on by any time, Steve.
This is a nice little diner, I will say that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Steve, what are you doing sneaking up on me like that? God, for a second I thought you were Mr. Johnson. What would you like to order?
So this is the one that Mr. Johnson's like really weird about. You know me?
Sure. And my name's Edna Fitzpatrick. I'm not the one with amnesia.
Then you believe me.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
Take a
I guess I've
shot!
changed. I'm not kidding.
Now, Steve, faking amnesia won't help anything.
Okay!
If you don't want to marry Stephanie, then don't. But don't play sick, for heaven's sake. I'd expect that from Karen, not an 18-year-old.
Karen?
You've met Karen, my 8-year-old.
She's gonna grow up to be such a
Other
bitch.
than the diner, she's all I have.
So, Mr. Johnson gives you a hard time?
Mr. Johnson has a liking for me.
Angel, that's funny.
I call it a crush, but that's too innocent a word. He's a bitter man with too much time on his hands. He's never gotten over being rejected by the lodge.
Everyone's
And there's
really
something
pissy about this lodge
unwholesome in the way
rejecting
he
them.
looks at me. I'm always glad when the sheriff comes in every day at noon.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that lodge?
The lodge is the repository of all wisdom. You should join the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. And soon.
Repository of all wisdom?
Bringing out those $5
God's
words
sake,
like
what is it about
repository
this
whenever she
place?
can't afford to fucking fix her
wheat
sign.
ripens and waits not for the scythe. The farmer who waits too long, it were better that he used the scythe to rip his own stomach out than to stay his scythe when the wheat ripens. The harvest moon wanes and then comes winter. An empty belly, the body sun's belly, gurgling within or bloody on the ground. What does it benefit a man if he gains his soul and loses the world?
Are you speaking in tongues?
Feed yourself before it's too late. Oh,
Edna?
Steve. What happened? Were we talking about Boyle? Or was it Karen?
You seemed strange there for a minute.
I'm sorry.
Somebody get a motherfucking crucifix! I will get the Bible! Kayla, start at the 23rd Psalm and don't stop reading until I tell you to! So, you know about Stephanie.
There isn't a nicer girl in Harvest than Stephanie, Steve. You should be grateful that she's promised you her hand.
I don't remember that happening, Edna.
Honestly, you men are so childish. I don't know what it is about marriage that turns even the bravest man into a coward. I was going to marry Karen's father when he just up and ran out on me one night. I heard that he joined the lodge, but if he did, I never saw him come out again. Even Sheriff Dwayne wasn't able to find out what happened to him.
Because he can't go into the lodge, I'm assuming.
Sorry, I missed that. Too noisy in here.
I want to see if she knew anything about the fire. Wanna
Sorry,
fuck?
I missed that. Too noisy in here.
Guess not.
Jerry gets hit on enough.
Stop by anytime, Steve.
Okay, so, hey! The sheriff is no longer
in the station.
the station. Let's go talk to Deputy Loomis now that he's by himself. Hey, Loomis, what's up, buddy? I'm gonna need to ask you to, not be in here for a bit. Let me sweeten the deal for you. How about a magazine?
Oh, by George. Oh, by Jiminy. Oh, this here's the real thing.
Yeah, we asked her about Mr. Johnson.
Can I have it?
If you go away.
Sure. Just don't be in here.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Excuse me, kiddo. I gotta go check the jail for clean towels.
You go check out those clean towels, buddy. Alright.
Okay.
Now, the drawers are unlocked. Let's take a look. A barely legible note.
Take
Pick
it.
that up. Sheriff Dwayne's checkbook.
Take it.
Let's take that. Key to the evidence room. Let's take that. What else we got around here that we can get? Exit. Alright. One second, guys. I need to double check to make sure. McKnight. I need to make sure that McKnight's safe combination isn't in here. Combination harvester.
Anyway, how are you guys? Everything going okay? I mean, I want to die. No more than usual, but I still want to die.
Man, Luz is still in there. Rose got himself some stamina. Should probably drop a save.
How long do you think it takes?
Fap, 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 fap.
God, pizza sounds so good right now.
Ah.
Well, food sounds so good.
Okay. I know where that is. Now let's go into the evidence room and see what's in there. So what do we got? A real old-fashioned dartboard riddled with holes and crimson smears. An Instashot camera, just point and click. This bathroom kit is missing its razor. He did not like green eggs and ham, so they killed him.
Okay, then.
Harvest has its own brand of smokes.
Do they taste like newspaper?
Probably. A pair of bloody sneakers.
Oh, yeah, we can give the kid the sneakers.
We sure can. A vital clue in the mysterious Jolly Fat Man murder spree. Now this makes sense. Lawn darts are illegal.
Yes, they are.
And extremely dangerous. An empty gas can. The weapon, the most improbable of all murder weapons. Toast.
I don't know, man. There have been legit some more improbable weapons.
What do you think is the most improbable murder weapon? Clearly an impertinent little vino with a big nose and a woody finish. What the fuck?
I don't know.
A VW engine sits rusted to the core. Why do they keep this in here? Baseball cap, too small to fit a normal-sized head. This beer can is empty except for tar sediment. Pair of binoculars without lenses. This prop helps the sheriff meet his parking tickets quota.
Oh my god, that sounds like a legit thing.
Cabinets are empty. More unsolved cases. Sturdy steel padlock with a slightly tarnished finish. Nifty little evidence shelf. From the smell of it, you don't want to open the refrigerator. So this is one of them old school refrigerators that you could get sealed into.
Oh, that's what Indiana Jones used.
Yeah.
Take the hydrant.
You can't take the hydrant.
I want to take it.
I know. Not surprisingly, Loomis has tainted this evidence. Anything else? Oh, plunger. Look out for the tiny bowl, man! Alright, so we got ourselves a gas canister and some shoes. Did we get anything else here?
Sheriff's checkbook.
Right-click to view it.
Hello, Steve. Where's Loomis?
You'll be coming around the mountain if you come. Oh, that's good.
Loomis, damn you.
Wait, no. No.
Straining up the mattress again. Folding up the towels. Charming snake.
All because we looked at the checkbook?
Well, he was going to come in eventually. Deposit boil, deposit boil, deposit boil, deposit boil. Check 716 Edna's deposit boil, deposit boil, deposit WHAR. $15,000 deposit. Deposit boil. Tulips ammunition, 1 crate of shells, tax deductible. Deposit Boyle. Awful lot of deposits from Boyle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which one's Boyle?
The postmaster.
Oh, yeah.
The door is locked.
And let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Alright, well.
Well, bye.
So now we got a gas canister, and we've also got a checkbook that shows a lot of deposits from Postmaster Boyle. Let's look at this note. Sheriff, if you think I'm gonna keep paying this forever, you are crazy. There are limits. Boyle. So Boyle's paying him for some reason.
Let's go have a discussion with him.
Yeah, let's go have a chat with Postmaster Boyle, shall we? Actually, before we do anything else, what we need to do is...
dig up a dead body?
Something like that. Let's go to the newspaper building. We need to use the shovel. Let's see what we got here. Buried in the ash debris, you spot a few hidden remnants. Let's see what we got here. It's a flyer for the Harvest Bake Sale. I wonder why that's here. What's this? A postal worker's button. And it looks like it was ripped from the cloth. My, my, my. We seem to have a suspect in our little arson case. Let me check the TV station. I want to see if that guy's still there. Because he's got to be out of the office for us to do what we need to do. Save.
Burn, baby, burn.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll call that.
Don't hurry back.
Okay, fuck you too, buddy. Can we beat him with it? Oh, Jesus!
Bye, Mr. McKnight!
I did not think that was gonna work.
Found a combination safe manual.
Oh my god, we just killed a man.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Safe combination is 4, 23, 71, 58. Exit.
And his head fell off.
Anyway. Oh, I gotta use the... Alright. Got the safe open. Let's see what's in here. A deed. Oh, it's the deed for the TV station. Well, actually, let's look into that, too, while we're here. Let's also disarm that. We don't need it.
Are we not talking about how we killed a man?
Nope. Lance McKnight and Dwayne are the owners of this TV station. Very interesting.
Is it, though?
Anyway, bye now.
Clean up on aisle 12.
Nope, no cleanups. Don't worry about it.
Let's go talk to the postmaster.
Actually, first, before we do that, let's go to a place that makes copies for free.
Okay.
And let's make some copies of some things. Actually, can I make a copy of the meat permission slip?
Well, that didn't work.
Damn it! I was really hoping I could do that. Anyway, let's make a copy of the checkbook. It does explain... Well, the small deposits come from Boyle, but remember, there was a massive deposit from the TV station. And that would come in because he's part owner of the TV station. Fascinating. Let's use the note on the copier. Which means it would also benefit Sheriff Dwayne in more than one situation, in more than one case, if the Sentinel were to burn down.
Yep.
Can I copy the deed to the TV station? Yes, I can. Excellent. All right, now this is actually all going to be useful for something, I promise. Let's see, so I've got a copy of the note, the checkbook, and the TV deed. Anything else I want to make a copy of? I don't think so. Nope, we're good. Alright. Now let's go have a chat with Postmaster Boyle, shall we?
Okay.
Let's drop a save.
I was about to say. J'accuse!
Hello, Postmaster Boyle. Let's talk about this button that I found at the Sentinel station.
Take that!
My button. Why, I lost that months ago. Where did you find it?
Funny thing, though, I found it in the ashes. At the newspaper building.
What are you implying? That I had something to do with setting the fire? Preposterous. Why, 100 people must have visited that site since the fire.
Objection!
But none of them had buttons like this.
You just try showing that button to Sheriff Dwayne, son. He'll laugh you right out of his office.
In fact, why don't you... In fact... Well, if you think that'll laugh me right out of the office, why don't we talk about... this note that you sent to Sheriff Dwayne!
Take that!
Boom! I clicked the wrong button. Let me try that again. This note that you sent to Sheriff Dwayne!
Take that!
What does this mean?
I know why the sheriff is blackmailing you.
This is unexpected and awkward. But my luck's been bad ever since Dwayne found that darn gas can at the newspaper building the day after the fire. He has this insane notion that it's mine.
Where on earth would he get that
I'm
idea?
Guilty, but because I don't want him slurring my good name around Harvest.
Oh, naturally.
You know, he keeps that gas can in the evidence room at his office. I'd be really grateful to whoever could fetch me that can. Grateful enough to provide him with a lodge application. Oh, and Steve, you'll keep this to yourself. If you're smart.
But
Grateful
I thought
enough-
I was a kidder.
Grateful enough for a lodge application? Well, that's exactly what I need. A lodge application. So, how about I hand you this handy-dandy little gas can?
Oh my God, I can't believe it. After all this time.
Where's my application, Boyle?
Here, take it. With my thanks. You know, this morning as I was making my rounds, I noticed an awful lot of television aerials on the roofs. Seems like more and more each day. You got me this can just in time, youngster. I may have need of it again.
What do you mean?
There's another reason why Sheriff Dwayne didn't investigate the Sentinel fire. If you'd like to get something else on the blackmailing bastard, check around the television station. While you still can.
So we totally just enabled an arsonist.
Why not?
Yeah, no worries.
Check our inventory to make sure we got the thing.
Lodge application.
Can we use the pen on there?
We can. Let me make... actually, let's just use it. I was gonna make a copy, but fuck this guy. So, the Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon. Let's... pen. We'll use that on the lodge application.
That's a ticket.
Alright, we have a completed lodge application. How often do you eat meat 3 times a day? Name. First name, Steve. Middle and last name, nobody will tell me. Street. City name, Harvest. Do you have any physical disabilities that prevent you from... something?
Oh.
No. Do you own a tricycle? No. Do you enjoy the art of people watching? Yes. Do you can you climb a rope? Yes. Are you allergic to any of the following? Boy mail order?
Bade hail odor?
That says order.
Yeah, it says order.
Huh. Have you ever had pneumonia? No, I don't even know what it is. In 50 words or less, tell us why you would benefit our order. I feel I could help by being a hard worker and everyone seems to think I'd be good at the lodge. P.S. I'm real good with my hands. Giggity.
Oh, Angel says it might be New World Order.
Oh, good eye, Angel. Alright, so that's our membership application filled out.
Let's go to the lodge.
Actually, before we do that, I have one more thing that I want to do.
Give the boy his shoes.
No, I'll see him tomorrow. Are you in here, Sheriff Dwayne? No, you're not. Probably back at the diner. I'm used to reading crappy copies. Well, that's good.
I feel that.
That is a benefit that has definitely been a benefit to us. Alright, let's drop a save. I'm about to do something real dangerous.
Danger zone.
Yep.
Danger.
Danger zone! Hello, Sheriff Dwayne. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the photocopy to this TV deed?
Well, look at this. Fresh from the safe down at WHAR. I guess you killed McKnight to get this, huh?
No.
Nah, nice fairy left it under my pillow.
Okay. Let's play it your way for now.
Never admit to murder in front of a
You're
cop.
probably thinking this is evidence of my negligence. My failure to properly investigate the newspaper fire. Maybe even complicity, since the newspaper and the TV station were rivals.
Well, I wasn't thinking that, but now you've given me...
Yeah, Angel, we totally offed him. Took a shovel right to his head.
Pulled a Jack Baker.
Something like that.
And you figure to blackmail me with this?
Blackmail is such a rude word.
And accurate.
It's gotta be worth a lot to you, Sheriff.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, you bring me the original, and I'll give you one of my special get-out-of-jail-free cards. That can come in handy.
This is not fucking
Especially if
Monopoly,
you're
my
up to no
dude.
good, or are going to be up to no good in the near future.
I turn over the original, and you'll let me go if you catch me perpetrating a crime?
Do we have a deal?
Yeah, we have a deal.
Sure, well,
Good.
fuck not.
Bring me the original, and we'll wrap this up.
Here you go.
Alright, actually, hang on. I'm gonna drop another save because I'm gonna intentionally go the wrong way because I want you guys to see what happens. Oops.
Sorry, boy. I never...
Oh.
Stop on by.
Alright, let's give him the original deed.
Brought back the original ownership papers, huh?
Don't get excited. I made copies as insurance. Now, I believe you said something about a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Fair enough. You're a piece of work, Steve. Mind if I ask you a question? Killing McKnight, how did it feel?
Great, it could get to be a habit.
Did you look into his eyes when he crossed over? I love doing that. I seen it all. But in the end,
It didn't even matter?
it's always you looking into nothing. A nothing you put there. Son, you might ought to think about a career in law enforcement. After you get into the lodge, of course.
This is extremely timely considering the circumstances.
I thought we were gonna load something.
Yeah, I was going to. Hang on.
Topical.
Yeah, topical. Try it again. I'm trying to get him, like...
What, pissed off at you?
Yeah, because there's something that happens when that happens. Ah, he took my get out of jail free card. Fuck. Okay, actually, you know what? We'll just load it. Okay, we'll load back to the danger zone, and then we'll just reload the topical. Because, like I said, I really do want to show you guys this.
Okay.
Alright, let's do... So we're going to show him the checkbook. We're going to completely screw up this blackmail sequence.
Now, where did you get these, Steve?
Your desk, you idiot. Where do you think?
That's a felony, boy. I could lock you up for that.
But you won't, because Boyle burned down the newspaper building, and I've got proof that you've been blackmailing him to keep it quiet.
Yeah, but you see, boy, you brought the originals here with you. You see your mistake? When you're gonna blackmail somebody, you don't bring the goods with you. What's to stop me from taking them away and killing you right now?
Whoops! Be easier to pay me to keep quiet.
Easier for your average dupe. But me, I'm the law in Harvest.
Uh-oh!
And I guess you picked the wrong guy.
Uh-oh! Uh-oh! We screwed up!
Somebody help me! What do you people want from me?
Too late for that, boy. Ain't it, Sergeant?
Indeed it is, Sheriff. Answers may only be found in the lodge, and you must be alive to seek them.
Alive? I just blackmailed somebody!
He wasn't hooked up to anything.
Oh! We're dead! Dead! Dead, I say!
I'm dead tired. Does that count for anything?
Alright, let's load back up and we'll go hand over that application. We're gonna wrap up the stream in just a bit, guys. I know this has been a massive info dump for everyone, but on the next stream, it'll be a lot like boom, 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 boom as far as like things happening. We really needed this stream to set everything up. So let's go to...
Yep.
Hey, Angel! Oh, Splothy, thank you very much for gifting that subscription to Angel. Good God, a tier 3 sub. My God. Woo! Thank you very much for that. That's really, really kind of you. I know he does get pissed if you say that you don't like killing. Alright, that's super awesome. Thank you very much, Swathi. I really appreciate that. Alright, let us hand over this application to the Sergeant at Arms.
I see you've managed to acquire an application that demonstrates resourcefulness, a desirable trait for prospective members. You need a rest. Report back here for your next assignment.
So, Steve, you can go get some sleep. Preacher voice. This whole game is okay. This whole game is literally true, and you won't believe me until you see my anonymous silver mask.
Preach it! Preach it!
And now, let us look at this beautiful, hairy body of Steve.
Oh, that body, boy. Oh, that body. Oh, my lord.
Feel your knickers get wet, ladies.
Oh, they're so tiny.
Oh, yeah, hamburger. Yeah, that hamburger looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm already hungry. It's just making me more hungry.
Yeah, he totally. What are you guys talking about? He totally looks 18.
Yeah.
Get used to that plaid shirt, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, because, yeah. Alright, so that was our first day in the town of Harvest. They're gonna title a save Day 2. The rest of the days will go by a lot quicker. So our next stream, guys, is gonna be the events of trying to get into the lodge. And then our final stream, I've got this broken down into 3s. Our final stream will be the entirety of the lodge. The third stream will be the roughest because that's where all the combat is, so if you guys enjoyed this, I know like I said, I know it was a lot of info dump, but next week will be a lot more of things actually happening. We'll be performing some tests to get ourselves into the lodge. We'll have to prove our worth to the members of the lodge. So thank you guys very, very much for coming out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, this is one of my favorite games. Like I said, when I manage to completely lobotomize myself and forget about the fact that there's combat in it. That'll be a lot of fun. Alright, so let's find us somebody to send a little raid to if there's anyone live. I don't know if anyone's live. But we're gonna
I
check.
don't see much.
I don't see anyone either. Well, guys, reckon,
I got none.
yeah. Hang on, let me check. Oh, let me check, Doxy's. Usually whenever people go live. Let's see. Here's somebody who looks like they might be live. Might be doing Dead by Daylight and Vampire. Let's see if they're still going.
Once the SAG gets out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, we'll send you guys to this person. Exidkun. Okay. Well, there's someone who hangs out in Doxy's chat, so they must be cool. And they're playing Dead by Daylight. They look nice.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna send you guys to raid this dude. He seems neat.
He seems nice.
Did that raid?
I don't know. Did you do it?
There we go. Alright. So guys, go say hello and be back here next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will begin our tests to get ourselves into the lodge.
The lodge.
Did you hate some of the characters? Did you wish they would die? Well, there's gonna be some good shit happening for you if you did.
Woo!
See y'all next week.
Bye.
And always remember, keep your plaid clean because you always were a kidder.
Bye.